Blog Talk Radio.
Here we go. Blast off.
This is True Capitalist Radio. True Capitalist Radio.
I am your host, the man they call Ghost.
The badass of business.
Give him capitalism or give him death.
That's it. Period.
Broadcasting from his Skyline office studios in beautiful downtown Austin, Texas.
You sound fruitier than a box of Fruit Loops, for Christ's sake.
And now, he'll take it from here. Your host, the prognosticator of prognosticators, the man they call Ghost.
Tuning in with me to another edition of the True Capitalist Radio broadcast. And of course, I am your host, the man they call Ghost. And once again, folks, I want to thank you very much for tuning in with me. Before we get started, I'd like to remind everybody this is episode number 505. 505 is the episode of this True Capitalist Radio broadcast. And please, with all sincerity, spread it around like wildfire and let everybody know that True Capitalist Radio is in effect and in the house, and we are live on this Baller Friday. It is November 10th, 2017, and if you could please, we've got all kinds of little buttons right there, little Facebook like buttons, retweet this buttons, all kinds of social media buttons. Use and abuse those buttons, baby. Spread it around like wildfire. It's just a freaking click. And with that being said, folks, I would like to remind everybody to please follow me on my only social media account on anywhere. Anyone else claiming to be me in any other social media is lying. I am on Gab. You can get to Gab, folks, and you can type that in your browser right now, GAB.AI. That's GAB.AI, and you can follow me there under the name Politics Ghost. All one word, no underscores. Politics Ghost is the name to follow on Gab, and I am verified. All right, I am verified, so everybody knows that this is the one and only, the true, the badass of business, the prognosticator of prognosticator, Ghost himself. Anyway, now that we've gotten all that out of the way, I want to thank everybody for tuning in with me. It is Baller Friday, and, you know, since it's already Baller Friday, I hope that you're chilling with me right now tonight with your favorite libation, with your favorite beverage, or whatever vice that you like to partake in. Because the reason the True Capitalist Radio calls every Friday Baller Friday, it's when us capitalists bask on our success throughout the week. Whether if you're working hard, whether if you're a business owner, whatever you do for a living, bask on your success and celebrate it and take part in some of what life has to offer here. Let me go ahead and get a beer here. Come on, let's go get some more beer. Go ahead and pop the cap off of that, folks. I hope that you're having a great Baller Friday as well. Oh, yeah. Anyway, folks, before we get started on today's broadcast and start covering the financial markets, I want to go ahead and say a toast on this Baller Friday. I want to say, first and foremost, cheers to all the capitalists that listen to this broadcast throughout the world. I want to say cheers, first and foremost, once again, to the capitalist army, and I want to incorporate President Trump in there, because without President Trump, without this man being within the elites and causing the capitalist revolution that you are witnessing right before your very eyes, we would not be in this position. We would not be making America great again. So once again, to the capitalist army, and to President Trump, cheers, baby, cheers. Anyway, folks, I hope you're having a good Baller Friday. let's go ahead and get into the markets because I'm sure everybody's wondering, Ghost, what the hell's going on? Well, obviously, folks, what have I always said about the cryptocurrency markets? It's a fickle market. These investors are fickle. I'm telling you this right now. It's basically consumed with, or I should say it's comprised with a bunch of dorks and morons that, were there in the beginning and when Bitcoin started back in 2010, 2011. They were the ones that are pretty much mined most of this. And as a result, folks, these folks that are in this whole Bitcoin market don't necessarily have the intestinal or testicular fortitude to understand the fundamentals of investing. So what happens is they see a little bit of a contraction. They're like, oh my God, I see some red. I got to do something. I got to sell. I mean, what's in the green? What's in the green? Let's follow what's in the green. Come on, I'm going to follow what's in the green. And that's exactly what's happening here in this cryptocurrency market. So let's go ahead and get to it. First and foremost, this cryptocurrency market is obviously seeing a contraction after major gains in the altcoins. I discussed in the past broadcasts that these altcoin contraction prior to the increase we've seen for the past couple of days was a result of the pending Bitcoin fork, the pending Bitcoin hard fork, all right? And as a result, you had a lot of investors going right at Bitcoin, and that's why you saw Bitcoin going up to almost $8,000. Well, as a result, folks, for some reason, the hard fork that was scheduled for Bitcoin for the month of November has been canceled. It's no longer. I mean, all these investors that were investing in Bitcoin hoping to take advantage of the hard fork and get some of the Bitcoin gold, which is what would have been the coin had they hard forked this month, they are now selling off, and as a result, the ripple effect of that particular canceling of hard fork of November for Bitcoin has rippled across the cryptocurrency markets. As you can see, downturns across the board. So let's just go ahead and get to it right now. Let's get to Bitcoin. All right, Bitcoin right now, folks. All right, market capitalization, $110 billion market capitalization. The current price for Bitcoin is $6,646.54. I mean, that's a far cry from $8,000. And the reason is everybody's selling off because the hard fork for November has been canceled. So as a result, everybody's kind of jumping ship at this point. Circulating supply currently for Bitcoin is 16,674,512 Bitcoin in circulation. In the past 24 hours, Bitcoin has gone down 7.81% decrease in a 24-hour period for Bitcoin. Let's go ahead and get to Ethereum, shall we? Now, we're seeing pretty much the same thing across the board. Now, there is one anomaly that we're going to get to here after I cover Ethereum. But let's cover Ethereum first. Symbol ETH, Ethereum. Current market capitalization for Ethereum is $28 billion market capitalization. The current price for Ethereum is $300.29 per Ethereum cryptocurrency coin. The circulating supply for Ethereum is 95,649,054 Ethereum in circulation. In the past 24 hours, Ethereum has gone down 6.11% on the day. Now, let's get to the anomaly of the day because, as I stated in the beginning of this broadcast, this investment community in the crypto world are a bunch of ballless dorks that really can't handle any kind of downturn. I mean, what I mean downturn is this. When they see any red, when they look at the price chart and they see red in the percentage, it doesn't even have to be that much, 0.5%, 1%. These dorks in this damn cryptocurrency market react like a bunch of, I hate to say it, over-compulsive Asperger or autists. And maybe that comprises a good portion of this market. Who knows? But that's how they act. So once they see a slight bit of red, they're like, oh my God, it's red, it's going down, I gotta move it, I gotta move my crypto, what's going green, let's follow the green, pickle red. I mean, literally, that's how they're reacting, folks. And they're reacting because, once again, the hard fork is not going to happen this month for Bitcoin. And for some reason, the cryptocurrency market seems as if they're getting a little funny in the pants about the last Bitcoin fork, which resulted in the coin Bitcoin Cash. Now, if you're not familiar with this coin, folks, this was a result of the last hard fork that happened this summer for Bitcoin. The result was Bitcoin Cash. Bitcoin Cash, folks, has seen a tremendous increase within the past 24 hours. And it underscores what I've been saying about this market, that whenever they see red in anything, these morons all pull their damn money out and they go after whatever is green. And this is a perfect example of this. This time last evening, Bitcoin Cash was at about $600, okay? $600. Now let's get to Bitcoin Cash. Let's get to the market cap. Market cap for Bitcoin Cash is $16 billion market capitalization. The current circulating supply for Bitcoin Cash is 16,780,000. Now the price. I told you the price last night for Bitcoin Cash. As of last night, it was $600. Today, right now, it's $1,004.90. I mean, good God! I mean, do you understand what I'm telling you about these investors in this cryptocurrency market, for heaven's sake? I mean, it's ridiculous. I mean, why don't you investors in the cryptocurrency market grow some balls, for Christ's sake, man? Stop acting like a bunch of pansy-ass women. Jesus Christ. I mean, not to mention, I did trade a little bit here, and I made some money on Bitcoin Cash, but that's besides the point. The point is we need an element of consistency out here as it pertains to the investor sentiment of the cryptocurrency market. We can't have a bunch of cryptocurrency investors screaming like a bunch of women whenever they see red. Jesus Christ. Anyway, Bitcoin Cash, once again, yesterday it was $600. At this time, yesterday, $600. Today, $1,004. $1,004.90. Stupid. In the past 24 hours, Bitcoin Cash has gone up 51.92% increase. It's ridiculous. Anyway, folks, let's continue going. Litecoin took a little bit of a hit with this downturn. Let's go ahead and get to Litecoin. Litecoin, symbol LTC. Litecoin market capitalization is $3.2 billion market capitalization. Circulating supply for Litecoin is 53,769,582 Litecoin in circulation. The current price for Litecoin is $59.83 per Litecoin. In the past 24 hours, Litecoin has gone down 7.83% decrease in the past 24-hour period. Now, let's get to Dash. Now, what have I told you about Dash? Every time that I've ever covered this, I said that Dash, even during downturns, always seems to stay steady. I mean, when things are, I've already read, 6% down, 7% down. These are, I'm about to read off 10%, 12% down in other coins here. But Dash always stays consistent. It's a very steady coin, and that's why I always give it its props and its due, okay? Let's go ahead and get to Dash, symbol DASH. The current market capitalization for Dash is $2.6 billion market capitalization. Circulating supply is 7,680,974 Dash in circulation. The current price for Dash is $343.17 per Dash cryptocurrency. In the past 24 hours, Dash has gone up. While everything's gone down, Dash has gone up 4.80% increase on the day for Dash. Unfreaking believable. Unbelievable. Anyway, let's continue going. Let's get to Monero. Now, the reason I started covering Monero is because even though I personally believe that the creator of the coin is a freaking brony.
Hi, I'm a helpful Southern California Honda person, and recently we've been doing random acts of helpfulness, like buying gifts for families and bringing a daughter in the Navy home for the holidays. And during the Happy Honda Days sales event, we can help you too, with a great deal on an award-winning Honda, like the Accord, a 2017 Car and Driver 10 Best a record 31 times. Click the dealer locator link to find a dealer near you, and go to SoCalHondaDealers.com to suggest a random act of helpfulness for someone you know. Car and Driver, January 2017.
I still think that Monero is something to play, whether it's on a pattern or swing trading play, or if you're going to keep it just to, ride the waves. I mean, there's been some major swings. If you take a look at the charts on Monero, that symbol XMR, current market capitalization for Monero is $1.6 billion market capitalization. The circulating supply for Monero is 15,336,173 Monero in circulation. The current price for Monero is $107.45. And in the past 24 hours, Monero has gone down. It is one of those ones, most of the damn coins are getting hit by this decrease. It is down 10.70% decrease in the past 24 hours. Now, let's get to Ethereum Classic. We were covering it the last show on Wednesday, and the reason I was covering it is because we saw traumatic increases as everything was kind of going downward for some reason. Now, I suspected that the reason that we saw such increases in Ethereum Classic because it was added on to the Exodus wallet. That's my postulation, if you will. But regardless, when everything was contracting in the market, we saw green with Ethereum. Now, what's funny about Ethereum, symbol ETC, we're seeing something similar during this downturn as well, which is maybe something to analyze if you folks are into chart analytics, because today it's a very interesting story for Ethereum Classic. Current market capitalization for Ethereum Classic is $1.4 billion market capitalization. The current circulating supply for Ethereum Classic is 97,320,957 Ethereum Classic in circulation. The current price for Ethereum Classic is $14.96 per Ethereum Classic cryptocurrency. Now, as everything else is going down, with the exception of Dash and Bitcoin Cash, which we just covered, Ethereum Classic is also up today. Ironically, it is up 4.99% increase in a downturn market, which is very, very interesting. Very interesting. Anyway, let me go ahead and go to some of these coins here that I was covering that maybe could be plays, maybe couldn't be plays. Let's get to Quantum. Now, when I advise Quantum, I'm not just advising Quantum for a short-term play. I think it's a long-term deal. I think we haven't seen the beginning of this particular coin, and the symbol on Quantum is QTUM. When I started covering this, it was at about $9 and change. It has gone as high to almost touching the $13 mark, but of course we are coming down in this contraction. So let's get to Quantum. Quantum's market capitalization is $841 million market cap. The current circulating supply for Quantum is 73,652,000, and the current price for Quantum is $11.43 per Quantum cryptocurrency. In the past 24 hours, Quantum has gone down because of the contraction, 4.74% decrease on a 24-hour period for Quantum. Let's go ahead and get to Zcash, folks. Zcash also taking it on the teeth today because of the downturn. Zcash's symbol is ZEC. The current market capitalization for Zcash is $620 million market capitalization. The current circulating supply, a very low 2.5 million, almost 2.6 million Zcash in circulation. The current circulating supply for Zcash is $239.24 per Zcash cryptocurrency. And in the past 24 hours, Zcash unfortunately has gone down thanks to the downturn in the market. It is down 8.36% decrease for Zcash. Let's continue going, folks. I mean, there's a lot to cover. Let's cover whatever's in the green right now, since there's so many goddamn. It's all red. It's all red. Now, one coin that I particularly don't like because I think I don't know, there's something nefarious about the coin, but some investors like it because it's a hedge against any kind of downturn like this, but you gain nothing. You gain nothing, maybe a penny. It's ridiculous, but I'm going to cover it anyway because I know there's a lot of crypto capitalists that would appreciate me covering this. I'm talking about Tether. Tether, folks, if you are unfamiliar with Tether, the symbol on that is USDT. USDT is the symbol for Tether. Now, it is intentionally made to give you no profit other than maybe 1 or 2 pennies on whatever you put into Tether, because it's supposed to be a hedge against these downturns. Now, in my personal view, folks, I think that there's better alternatives like 42 Coin, I'm just saying, in which not only can you hedge against these downturns, but could potentially make profits while hedging your cryptocurrency. But let's cover Tether. Shall we? Tether, current market capitalization for Tether is $569 million. All right, now the current price, believe it or not, is always going to either be $1, $1.01, $1.02. That's about it. All right, right now Tether is at $1.01. Okay, in the past 24 hours, Tether has gone up 0.34%. I mean, I'm only telling you all this just in case some of you folks haven't been introduced to some of these coins, and it could potentially help you in your investment endeavors. And if not, well, at least you know about it, right? Now, I'm trying to look for some kind of green here, and the only greens that I see are obvious pumps and dumps. Now, let's go ahead and take a look at a pump and dump just so that you folks can identify a pump. Now, there is this one coin called Minex coin. The symbol on Minex coin is MNX. Amidst this downturn, all right, all this red, Minex has somehow found 49.37% increase in a 24-hour period, okay, which makes it at a market cap of $108 million. The current price for Minex coin is $8.38. But the interesting part about this is if you take a look at the volume, how much volume, which signifies how much of this particular cryptocurrency was traded this day, the volume is so low. It's barely at $200,000 in a 24-hour period, meaning that someone is purposely inflating this particular cryptocurrency in hopes of luring those dorks that, feel all excited and anxious and like, oh my God, I'm seeing nothing but red. Oh, I gotta move my crypto. I gotta move it. I gotta do it. I mean, give me a break. Give me a break. Anyway, once again, that's how you can identify one of these pumps and dumps, if you will. And that's it. You folks that are holding some crypto, it's a bad day. Why spoil a baller Friday? Let's go ahead and move on to the stock market, because the stock market isn't much better, folks. And why isn't the stock market better today? Why are we seeing red in the stock market? You can thank the assholes in Washington, D.C. right now. You can thank Mitch McConnell. You can thank Paul Ryan, the so-called leadership of the Republican Party. You can thank these assholes for not negotiating the tax cut at this point in time. Because I'm telling you, man, look, I'm going to get to the Republicans in a little bit. I'm going to talk all that political stuff in a minute. But I'm telling you, McConnell and Paul Ryan are doing whatever it takes to stop the Make America Great Again economic policies, and they're doing whatever it takes to stop the tax cuts. These people are pieces of trash. And we're going to talk about Roy Moore, too, and how these scumbags in the establishment Republican Party are basically trying to protect themselves from anyone else trying to disassemble their stupid little good old boy elder networking system. It's ridiculous. But I'm sick and tired of Mitch McConnell and Paul Ryan and all these other assholes out there in Washington, D.C. playing tiddlywinks and not passing tax cuts, not repealing Obamacare, which these two things are an integral key into making economic growth, for Christ's sake, man. And hence, because McConnell and Paul Ryan are tickling their asses in Washington, D.C., not getting anything done on the tax cuts, Wall Street is reacting accordingly. Okay, so let's go ahead and get to the stocks first and foremost. Let's go ahead and get to there. Let's go to the Dow Jones Industrial. All right, Dow Jones Industrial down today, 39.73 points, a percentage increase of 0.17%, closing out the Dow at 23,422.21 points for the Dow Jones Industrial. Let's get to the S&P 500, shall we? S&P 500 also down today, 2.32%. A percentage decrease of 0.09% on the day, closing out the S&P at 2,582.30 points for the S&P 500. Let's get to the NASDAQ. The NASDAQ miraculously found a little bit of positivity. It's still flat, but somehow found a little bit of positivity. It was up today, 0.89 points. A percentage increase of 0.01%, closing out the NASDAQ at 6,750.94 points for the NASDAQ composite. Unbelievable, but as you can see, the red, the flatness in the markets, it's a complete reaction to what the hell, or what's not going on in Congress today. It's a disgrace. I mean, this is a Republican-dominated Congress. Why they have not been able to come to some kind of an agreement as it relates to tax cuts and when it relates to repealing Obamacare, I have no idea. But we all know why. These people are establishment, swamp, scum. You know it. I know it. And that's why we cannot stop being political. Those of us on the right, those of us that were down with Donald Trump and that were on the Trump train and that were wanting to make America great again, we can't stop. We have to continue to be political. We have to continue to use social media and the internet to spread actual facts instead of allowing the damn media to be the fake news to incept ideas and falsehoods in people's minds. We've got to double down, folks, and that's why you have people trying to silence us. But we ain't going to be silenced, and I hope that you folks that are listening to the sound of my voice take the 2018 elections as serious as we took Donald Trump being elected or trying to elect Donald Trump in the 2016 presidential elections. It was the fact that we were all in unison, and we were willing to take on not just the Democrats, but the Republican establishment and every component of this government that was trying to stop us. We were not going to let them stop us. There were too many of us. And we were dedicated. That's what we need in 2018, folks. And what we need to do, and I don't want to get off on this right now, but what we need to do is do what they're trying to do in Alabama by trying to drain the swamp and putting in somebody that is a non-establishment candidate like Roy Moore in there. And as you can see, what they're trying to do to Roy Moore is ridiculous. And it's not just the Democrats, it's the Republicans, too. But we're going to get to that in a second. I don't want to get ahead of myself. Let's finish with the financial hour. Let's go ahead and finish with the markets here. Let's get to energy. All right, let's get to commodities. Energy, folks, WTI sweet crude. We were supposed to see some bounces considering we're seeing such destabilization in the Middle East, but miraculously, there is a huge oil reserve that can pretty much suffice any kind of line disruption in the production, whether it be conflict, war, whatever. So that's why we're seeing decreases in oil. So let's go ahead and get to it. WTI sweet crude, it is down today 43 cents, a percentage decrease of 0.75%. Closing out WTI at $56.74 per barrel of WTI sweet crude. Let's get to Brent crude. It is also down today 41 cents, a percentage decrease of 0.64%. Closing out Brent crude at $63.52 per barrel of Brent crude oil. We've got gasoline also down today, folks, 0.40%. The feast or famine natural gas is up slightly on this down day. It is up 0.41% increase for natural gas. And heating oil, it's down now, but once the North and all the folks start feeling the Arctic front in the United States, we're going to see a hefty increase in heating oil. It's an every year play, folks. All right, heating oil is down today, though, 0.62%. Let's go ahead and get to the metals, shall we? The metals! Let's get to the goddamn metals! We've got gold down today, folks, $13.30, a percentage decrease of 1.03%. Closing out gold at $1,274.20 per troy ounce of gold. Let's go to silver. Silver is down today, folks, 10 cents, a percentage decrease of 0.61%. Closing out silver at $16.87 per troy ounce of silver. And let me tell you something, man, we're starting to see a little bit of destabilization. And when the destabilization goes into actual conflict, that's when you're going to start seeing the safe havens of gold and silver being looked attractively at by investors. Let's go ahead and get to copper. Copper is down today, 0.32%. We've got platinum also down today, 0.88% decrease for platinum. Let's get to the agriculture commodities, folks, because while everything's going down, we're seeing a lot of green in agriculture because I guess it's that time of the year. It's that time of the year. Let's get to grains. Corn up today, 0.59%. We've got wheat up today, 0.58%. We've got oats down today, 0.37%. Rough rice down today, 0.13%. Soybean up, 0.20%. Soybean oil down, 0.94%. Canola down 0.08% on the day. Let's get to the soft, shall we? Let's get to cocoa. Let's get to cocoa. It is up today 1.24%, and we've always talked about this in True Capitalist Radio. Cocoa is always an attractive commodity if you want to, I don't know, if you're a commodities trader, futures, contracts, or an ETF play. Cocoa is always attractive during the holiday time. Once we start getting past the Thanksgiving, all of a sudden, everybody who likes chocolate, and of course cocoa is the component for chocolate. So be on the lookout for that. That's why you're starting to see a little bit of increase, if you want my personal opinion. Now let's get to coffee.
Hey, dude, just don't talk to me. Don't talk to me unless I have my coffee, dude,
Yeah, shut up, you stupid hipster. Anyway, coffee is up 0.91% increase, and I still want to emphasize everybody who's listening to me out there, anybody who's listening, boycott Starbucks. Boycott Starbucks. Do you understand? And the reason is because you remember this Starbucks, I guess he's the CEO or whatever the hell he was trying to thumb his nose at the administration. Once Trump took office saying, we're going to hire 10,000 illegal immigrants. Okay, Trump, how do you like that, dude? We're Starbucks, okay? We appreciate refugees here, dude. And you know what we did? We boycotted, and we should continue to boycott. Boycott Starbucks! I'm telling you, if you're on the right and you're drinking Starbucks, you're a piece of trash. That's all I'm saying. All right? Anyway, let's get to sugar. Sugar is up 0.54% increase on the day. And another annual play that I like to play on the commodities market, folks, orange juice futures, folks, orange juice. Once we start seeing that Arctic front hit Florida, hit the South, start affecting the crop of oranges, that's when you want to start entertaining a play on oranges. All right? And this is a good time to get into because the contract that you were going to be trading on in the orange juice futures market is for January 2008. So anything happens, which a lot of meteorologists are anticipating a very cold winter, and if it affects the crop in Florida and the other orange-producing states, we're going to see this go up. So keep an eye on it, folks. As of right now, orange juice is up 1.09% increase on the day. Let's get to cotton. Cotton is up 0.88%. Lumber is up 0.92% increase. Rubber is up 0.45% increase. And ethanol is up 1.11% increase on the day for ethanol. Let's go ahead and get to livestock. And I'm going to be honest with you, I don't really play the livestock too often. I occasionally play some ETFs when I feel that the production is going to be affected in some way, or if there's not going to be enough what they call head. That's how they count each hog or each cattle to suffice production, etc. That's when I make moves on this, but just based on the numbers that I've seen in the crop report, there's a plethora of cattle, there's a plethora of lean hog this year, so that's why we're seeing decreases, if you want my view. Let's get to live cattle, and I like low beef prices. I'm sorry, I'm telling you, I like 3-4 inch thick cut porterhouse steaks, baby. Medium rare. All right? Ribeyes. You understand? I mean, the cow is a very, very delicious animal. Eat your heart out, Hindus. Anyway, live cattle is down today. 1.38% decrease on the day. We've got cattle feeder. Cattle feeder is also down 0.43%. And lean hogs, folks, is also down 1.11%, so you could probably get yourself a decent fat ham bone for this Thanksgiving, because that's pretty good, going down 1.11%. We're almost to Thanksgiving. There's going to be a lot of ham bones for everybody to choose out there. And anyway, folks, that, my friends, is the markets for your ass, all right? Anyway, let me go ahead and take another drink here, and let me go ahead and pour the rest of this beer in here. And let me go ahead and say Happy Polar Friday to everybody who's out there listening to the True Capitalist radio broadcast, and cheers to everybody who hates me anyway. If you hate me, well, you know what? I'm living lavish, baby. I'm drinking badass imported German beers that are $25 a 12-pack, all right? I'm smoking cigars that are like $35 a stick. You understand what I'm saying? I mean, I'm living lavish. I'm living the capitalist lifestyle. I'm about to have a badass porterhouse steak with freaking shrimp from Key West, for Christ's sake. Do you understand me? I'm about to have a shot of some goddamn Craigenmore single malt scotch, for Christ's sake, aged 18 years. So if you hate me, don't hate me. Be me, baby. Be a capitalist. Cheers, baby. Cheers. And I know there's a lot of people out there that are a little concerned of my copious amounts of alcoholic beverage intake. But I would like to remind everybody that I am not an alcoholic. I'm a connoisseur. There's a big difference. You see, alcoholics, they'll drink anything. You know, they'll get the $10 gallon handles of some rot gut vodka and just get drunk with that like a drunkard, imbecilic vagabond in a goddamn train cart somewhere. That's not me. All right, I'm a connoisseur. All right, I like to drink the best. All right, I like to pursue the best. And unlike you folks, all right, I mean, maybe some of you folks I know, you know, inner circle. Some of you folks I know personally. You understand the elegance, and you understand what it means when you are partaking in the elegance and what it means for all the hard work that you have conducted to get yourself there. So with that being said, cheers to you. As a matter of fact, let me go ahead and take a shot of some of this Craigenmore aged 18 years. So all you people that are on Gab right now, gabbing me a bunch of crap, you can hate me even more right here, right? This right here, man, it's a hard shot. Look, Mrs. Ghost hooked me up. This is a huge shot. Thank you, Mrs. Ghost. I appreciate it. Good God. Anyway, I want to say cheers to everybody out there who's listening to the True Capitalist radio broadcast once again, baby. I love being back. I'm back. Everybody knows it. We're in full effect. Make sure to let everybody across the internets know it and throughout the world. Let them all know it, baby. Cheers, baby. Cheers. Oh, whoo, yes. The smoothness of the single malt 18-year scotch. Beautiful. Beautiful taste. Very smooth finish. Oh my God, you could just taste the work that it took to just distill such a great spirit. Oh, I know. All you people on Gab, I know you hate me. Shut up! I'm a capitalist, baby. And that's why you're hating me. You're hating me because I'm a capitalist, and I'm living the lifestyle, and I'm living lavish, and you people are, I don't know, for whatever reason, want to blame me for your shit-ass problems. Excuse my French. And, of course, if you are somebody who actually is a capitalist and appreciates the show and wants to show that, hey, I ain't afraid to show that I'm a true goddamn capitalist, I'm not going to hide behind anything. I'm going to show off that, hey, commies, suck it. Hey, commies, socialists, suck it. For all those folks that actually want to support the show and support capitalism in general, go ahead and take a look at my Gab. Check out my Gab right now, Politics Ghost. And we've got a Radio Graffiti t-shirt. Wait a minute, not Radio Graffiti. Wait a minute. Engineer, delete the Radio Graffiti t-shirt, man. You're supposed to get the True Capitalist Radio one, you dope. Well, put it on. God, man, it's hard to get good help these days. I'm sorry, folks. Let me go ahead and have the engineer gab it again. Do you got it, engineer? All right, here it is. Check out my Gab, the True Capitalist Radio shirt. Engineer, you screwed it up again, bro. You screwed it up again. It's not showing up. Well, fix it! Fix it! Fix the crap! Good God! I'm sorry, folks, if you're trying to get, to the link that'll give you a T-shirt. I'm sorry the engineer is screwing up. Put it up there, engineer! Put it up there! There it is, folks. Finally. Thank you, engineer, for doing your goddamn job. Thank you. Good God. Anyway, folks, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to disrupt the show for that, but there it is right there on my Gab, folks. All right, you want a true capitalist radio swag to show off to the world that you're a capitalist and you listen to the most underground podcast in internet history, and that's True Capitalist Radio. Well, then, by God, check out the Gab. There it is, the True Capitalist Radio swag, baby. And with that being said, are you ready, engineer? Is everything okay? Are you okay? All right, what I'm going to ask you to do is for all you folks that want a Gab shout-out, okay, all you have to do right now is repost the post that states Happy Baller Friday, True Capitalist Radio now live. If you repost that post, I will give you a Gab shout-out live right here on the broadcast, right here and now on this Baller Friday. Let's say, do we got any goddamn Gab shout-outs, engineer? All right, well, let's go ahead and get to some Gab shout-outs right now. Woo! Who do we got going on over here? We've got, I'm not, Burger Planet. That can't be the streamer Burger Planet. That better not be Burger Planet. I'll tell you that right now. And if you don't know who the hell Burger Planet is, he's some kind of rejected YouTube streamer that literally lives out of his van and is a Bernie bro. And I shouldn't even be promoting that piece of trash. All right. Anyway, we got King Caligula, Cue Ball Ghost, really asshole. Stupid ass. Who else do we have here? We've got Annan. We got Jewish wig salesman. Yeah, real funny, you piece of crap. The Bald Rose of Texas. Here we go. Crap. Here we go. I mean, I'm not. Look. Guys, listen good. I am not bald. I don't know where you idiots are getting this. I've got hair. And that's all you need to know. Give me the mic. Stop it with the goddamn bald jokes, okay? That's all I'm saying. Shut up. Keep that crap to your goddamn self. Who the hell else do we have? Left Wig in Hanoi. Oh, Jesus. Look, assholes, shut up about the bald stuff, and I swear to God, don't talk about Vietnam! Don't you dare talk about Vietnam! Give me the damn mic. Jesus Christ. What's going on to Spark Synapse? How you doing? We got Squeak in the house. Who the hell else? We got BN King in the place. We got the best monster. Pause holy hole. Pause holy hole, you idiots. You're probably a pause hole for Christ. You're probably waiting to pause someone's neg hole right after the show on a Friday night, aren't you? You freak! Jesus Christ. Who else do we have here? Who is this? I'm not saying that sick name. There's Flamin' Nipple Chops. What's going on to Flamin' Nipple Chops? And there's the Whore Master. Oh, yes, I am the Whore Master. Who the hell else do we have here, for Christ's sake? Left Wigs at Saigon Strip Club. Shit. Come on. Shut up! Hey, assholes, look. It's a Baller Baller Friday show, okay? I mean, let's have a decent time. Stop trying to screw with me today and stop trying to ruin my Baller Friday. All right, I've got some badass German beers here. I'm drinking 18-year-old single malt scotch. Stop trying to ruin it. Give me the mic. Give me the mic. All right, now what I'm going to do, you people are pissing me off, man. Now what I'm going to do, you need to like the Gab post that says Happy Baller Friday, True Capitalist Radio, now live, yada, yada, yada. You got to like the post if you want a Gab shout-out live right here on the broadcast. Who the hell else do we have here? We've got Happy Boulder Friday. Screw you! Jesus Christ, we got the green leader in the house. What's going on? Buzz Albin. Jesus Christ, I know what you mean. You son of a bitch, I know what you mean by that, and you shut up. Just shut up. Give me the damn. Hey, listen, first and foremost, I want to remind everybody, all right, that the reason that I do this part of the broadcast is because I know I've got a lot of people listening to me, and I'm trying to make it a little interactive. You know, I'm trying to make the show a little interactive. You know, people like a little bit of interactivity and that sort of thing. But, of course, this is the Internet filled with a bunch of perverts, sickos, autists, Aspergers, and a bunch of fucking retards. Excuse my French! And sometimes, when you have to deal with these kind of people, sometimes you get a little angry. You know, I don't even know why. I mean, I don't even know why I do this show, you know what I'm saying? I'm serious. I say that all the time. I mean, it never fails. Give me the fucking mic. No, give me the mic. I'm telling you guys, look, I'm sorry, folks, that I'm flipping out and crap, but it's just every day that I do this, man. I mean, what's wrong with you people? Why do you all do this to me, man? I'm a guy trying to give you information for free. I'm a guy who's giving you millions of dollars of financial information absolutely free, first off. And not to mention, I have prognosticated countless amounts of events politically, socially, and economically. And if you don't believe me, look back in the archive, boy. Look back in that goddamn archive. blogtalkradio.com/ghost. If you don't believe me, you piece of crap. Give me more beer, for Christ's sake. Oh, is that it? Is that it? More beer! It's Baller Friday. I want more beer. You got this ice chest. I mean, that's one thing that you did that I really appreciate, engineer, is that you hooked up an ice chest right next to the DJ chair, baby. That's one good thing, okay? There. Are you happy now? Stop being so sad, engineer. Yes, sir. Jeez. I'm telling you, man, everybody's so emotional now. You know, everybody wants to cry and be like, ha, 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 ha. I mean, toughen up. Let me go ahead and open this beer here. Jesus Christ, man. Everybody wants to be sad. Everybody wants to cry. Meh, meh, meh. Who else do we have here, man? All right. Jesus Christ. The toe tapper. Oh, that's great. I'm sure you're such a pleasant person to sit next to in a shit stall, you freak. We got Supa in the house. What's going on? Mr. Clean sponsor. Look, shut up, all right? I know that's a bald reference, and it's stupid. Shut up. We got Scarlet Moon, Alistair Black. Ghost has to pay. Oh, okay, great. I have to pay. You know what? Suck it. How you like that? Huh? Stupid morons. Who else? We got Frederick Anton. What's going on? We got Love Me Some Tater Hog. What the hell does that mean? Tater Hog? What the hell does that mean? Ghost like Scott? No, I don't, you piece of crap. Are you kidding me? Who would make such a name? I like ska. Ska is one of the most disgusting, ridiculous, pathetic excuses of music that I've ever heard in my life. I mean, what was that one freaking band? Was the Boss Tones? You know, I mean, they would have some 3-chord guitar going on with some crappy horn with some and then you had some asshole who couldn't even talk, let alone sing, going, "Oh yeah, I'm here. We're the Boss Tones." I mean, shut up! If you call that music, you need your head examined.
Ho, ho, ho! You know, many find it hard to believe I own a sleigh that can fly. But you know what I find hard to believe? The unbelievable offers going on at the winter event.
The Mercedes-Benz Winter Event is back with incredible offers on the sporty CLA, the thrilling C-Class, the versatile GLA, the safe and secure GLE, the innovative GLC, and of course, the unequaled E-Class. But hurry, because these sleighs are going fast. Visit MBUSA.com/winter event. Mercedes-Benz, the best or nothing.
Ho, ho, ho! You know, many find it hard to believe I own a sleigh that can fly. But you know what I find hard to believe? The unbelievable offers going on at the winter event.
The Mercedes-Benz Winter Event is back with incredible offers on the sporty CLA, the thrilling C-Class, the versatile GLA, the safe and secure GLE, the innovative GLC, and of course, the unequaled E-Class. But hurry, because these sleighs are going fast. Visit MBUSA.com/winter event. Mercedes-Benz, the best or nothing.
I don't like Sky. Spit on Sky, you piece of crap. Good God. Who else do we have here? We got Butthurt Patty Ghost. What the hell is that supposed to mean? Jesus Christ, man. Lost hair in rice patties? Shut up. Shut up. I mean, why don't you just shut up already, man? Seriously, why don't you all just shut up? Look, man, I'm not bald! I'm not bald! I'm not bald! Stop saying it! Give me the freaking... I'm not bald. Please stop with the bald jokes. Stop. It's stupid, and now it's getting old, all right? It's getting old now. It's getting old. Good God, you people are freaks, man. I'm not even joking around. I'm not even just saying that. You're freaks. NG's best host. Look, I'm the talent, you piece of crap. Do you understand that? Me! I'm the talent. The engineer just, he does what he does, all right? So shut up. Let's not go there. Good Lord, man. Pay 26 bareback coin to use my glory hole? Oh, no, to use my ghosty hole. Yeah. I mean, I don't, what the hell am I supposed to say to that, man? I mean, you folks that are listening in, how would you react to this trash? This internet autistic Asperger half-retarded trash that I'm subjected to all the time. All the damn time. That's why you people You're driving me to drink. You people understand that, right? Get a spit of mine. You people are driving me to drink. It's your fault. It's your goddamn. Give me the freaking beer. I'm sorry, folks. I gotta calm down. I'm sorry, man. I gotta calm down. All right, I gotta calm down. I got a song, I ain't got no melody. Gonna sing it to my friends. I got a song, I ain't got no melody. All right, I feel better. All right, folks, I'm sorry. Once again, another situation with the Gab shoutouts. And this is my life, huh? This is my life, huh? It's my life! Don't you forget! Jesus Christ, you people are making me sound as autistic and Asperger's as you people, man. Good God, man. I should make an autistic shirt or something, huh? I should make some autism shirt or something because now you're turning me into you freaks. I'm singing out of nowhere. I'm just talking incoherently. It's because of you. Anyway, folks, we are now in the second hour of the True Capitalist Radio broadcast. And, of course, I am your host, the man they call Ghost. And once again, folks, I want to thank everybody for tuning in with me. Before we get started, I'd like to ask everybody to please spread it around like wildfire. And you know why I say that, man? Bring me some better fans, please. All right? These people that are out here on Gab shoutouts, they hate me. These people, they're supposed to be my fans. They want me dead. Some of these people actually want me dead, for heaven's sake, man. So please, bring me some better fans, please, all right? Just spread it around like wildfire, all right? The official website, blogtalkradio.com/ghost. All right, blogtalkradio.com/ghost is the official website. And, of course, we're doing Gab shoutouts now. So if you haven't gone to Gab and gotten yourself an account, well, go ahead and do so and follow me. You can get to Gab by putting in your browser gab.ai, and you can follow me on there under the name Politics Ghost. All one word, no underscores, Politics Ghost is the name to follow on Gab, folks. My only social media. And I am verified on there, so you'll know who you get to when I'm verified. Whatever. I don't even know what I'm saying. Anyway, folks, I'm going to take a couple more Gab shout-outs, and then I got to get on with the show, man. This is just ridiculous. And this is what I get, right? This is what I get for trying to facilitate an interaction with the audience. This is what I get. Anyway, once again, like the post that states, Happy Baller Friday, True Capitalist Radio now live, and I'll give you a Gab shout-out live right here on the broadcast, right here and now. Who the hell else do we have here, man? Good God. We've got Ghost is Mr. Clean. Now I'm Mr. Clean now, huh? Is that a bold reference? Shut up! Ghost is a bootleg of InfoWars. You son of a bitch! What are you talking about? What are you talking about? What are you talking about, you son of a bitch? That asshole Alex Jones, he rips me off. Alex Jones has been ripping me off for 10 years. He's been ripping me off for 10 goddamn years, Give me the mic. Give me the mic. I'm not going to let you trolls besmirch my goddamn show by trying to claim that this show is a bootleg of InfoWars. That stupid son of a bitch, Alex Jones, he's been ripping me off for 10 years. He's been ripping me off for 10 goddamn years. And you know something? Alex Jones doesn't even have the balls to either come up on my show or even invite me on his show so he can confront me and I can question him on why in the hell he's been ripping me off for 10 goddamn years. Damn it! Don't compare me with that freaking bastard! Don't compare me! I mean, hey, assholes, do you hear me saying, my filters, my filters, my filters, my filters? Do you hear me saying that? No! No! You don't hear me saying that! My filters! My filters! My filters! So shut up! Give me the damn mic. Give me a damn break, man. I can't believe you people. I can't believe you pieces of crap. I'm done with Gab. You know what? Get the Gab off my computer screen, engineer. Get it off! I'm not paying attention to Gab after that crap. You're going to compare me to freaking Alex Jones, you piece of trash. He's been ripping me off. He's been ripping me off. Do you understand that? 10 years, that bastard. 10 years. And you idiots are comparing me to... I mean, do you hear me saying, my filters, my filters, my filters? I'm done. Let me move on to something else. You pieces of crap. Let me have some more beer. I need more beer. I'm sorry. I'm drinking beer like it's water, for Christ's sake. More beer, for Christ's sake. Some more goddamn beer here. And I got those good German beers. You understand? You know, that are like 6 or 7% by volume, for Christ's sake. You understand me? Huh, boy? Jesus Christ. All right, let me calm down. Let me get my bearings straight here. My apologies to the people that are out here that are listening. My apologies. Jesus Christ. I don't even know where I'm at. Where am I at, engineer? Well, if you don't know, you know, let me get these freaking production notes. These freaking production notes I got here. I wrote them, freaking handwritten. Let's get in better spirits. Let's talk a little bit about President Trump, all right? That'll put everybody in pleasant spirits. And I'm talking a little bit about President Donald Trump. That's what we'll talk about. We'll talk about Donald Trump, folks, all right? Let me calm down. Let me get my bearings straight here. Let me catch my breath, for Christ's sake, yelling at these goddamn autists and Asperger and retards that are trying to piss me off on Gab. God damn you. Let me just take a couple of goddamn breaths. Will it go round in circle? Will it fly high like a bird up in the sky? All right. Let's talk a little bit about President Trump, folks. All right, that should put everybody in a good mood. It'll definitely put me in a good mood, that's for sure. Did you all see the beautiful Make America Great Again speech that President Trump delivered at APEC, all right, which is the Asian Pacific Economic Council, all right, or conference, excuse me, the Asian Pacific Economic Conference. Folks, I have never heard a president layeth the smacketh down on the Asian community like Donald Trump did. And he called out everybody. He said that we're not going to be taken advantage of, and that he doesn't blame Asia for taking advantage of America for so long, and that he laid the blame on past administrations. I mean, if you have not heard this Make America Great Again speech made by Trump, delivered by Trump eloquently and beautifully at APEC, I strongly advise you to take a look at it. I mean, it nearly almost brought a tear to my eye, folks, because for those of you who have been listening to me for the past 10 years, I've been advocating the renegotiation of trade deals throughout my entire internet podcasting career. I mean, if you don't believe me, go back in the archive, folks, blogtalkradio.com/ghost. That's blogtalkradio.com/ghost. Every one of my episodes are time dated and stamped. And I have been fairly consistent in my stance as it pertains to renegotiating these trade deals. And by God, this president is bringing that into actual reality. Now, folks, if you do recollect last show, Wednesday, I discussed that what Trump, I believed he was going to try to do was try to cut down some of that outgoing trade deficit that the United States has with China. And I hate to repeat it, but it is $550 billion trade deficit with China, and that he was going to attempt to offset that by hopefully $250 billion plus or minus. Well, by God, the prognosticator of prognosticators strikes again, because that's exactly the number that Donald Trump was able to renegotiate with President Xi in China to offset some of that outgoing $550 billion that U.S. has on an annual basis with China in trade debt. And as I stated in the last broadcast, if Trump was able to do this, and he just did what I suggested last broadcast, he accomplished it, this would be a tremendous shot in the arm on top of all the companies that are coming back to America, on all the companies that are pledging to increase their employment. This is just another shot in the arm. Now, all we need is these scumbags in Washington, D.C. to do their goddamn jobs and pass a damn tax cut. And the only thing prohibiting us from doing so, folks, is the establishment Republicans. Mitch McConnell, Paul Ryan, you know, these stupid old elders of the party that need to be put out to pasture, if you want my personal opinion. What these old wimbags don't understand is that with the election of Donald Trump, this is a new era in Republican politics. No more of this old ridiculousness of the seniority system based upon how long you were out there in public service. It's about action. It's about folks that are actually going to take lead and initiate bills and pass bills that are going to help America and not stagnate America, not fleece America, not sell out America to the globalists, not sell out America to foreign interests. And that's what this old establishment Republican Guard just does not seem to understand, nor does it want to let go of its stronghold over the party. So while you've got Donald Trump in his Asian tour literally rocking Asia, I mean, this has been a great tour for the United States, and I have to say that President Trump has represented America with the most eloquence, with the most class, and the most capitalistic fervor I have ever seen any president do in my entire life, let alone probably American history. This man is a pure Americana president that cares about sustaining the continuity of what we all knew as America. America first, baby. And that's what the focal point of his speech at APEC was. And he announced in that speech that he would like to renegotiate all trade deals that America has committed to in the Asian Peninsula and do it on a reciprocal basis. Reciprocal trade was a point of emphasis on Donald Trump's speech at APEC. And rightfully so, because through reciprocal trade, we as a global community can grow economically while sustaining our nationality, while sustaining our individual cultures, while sustaining our people. And it was a beautiful speech. If you have not heard it, please look at it. Please watch it. It is one of the most great speeches. I'm telling you, Donald Trump, President Trump, he never ceases to amaze me with his speeches. I mean, he is outclassing Obama. He is eclipsing Obama and his legacy just within 1 year since this man was elected president. I mean, I made this comment last show that when China had Barack Obama go to the country to visit on one of his last trips to China, they forced the American president, President Obama, to exit out of the ass of Air Force One. I mean, do y'all not remember that? I remember that very, very vividly. I believe I was still broadcasting at the time. The Chinese, when Air Force One arrived in Beijing, they purposely put the runway stairs at the ass of the plane and forced Barack Obama to exit out the ass of the goddamn plane. No respect. No respect. But did you see the red carpet and all the damn pageantry and the pomp and all the stuff that was rolled out for Donald Trump in his visit to China? It was unlike any other president. I mean, when was the last time you heard a president that was welcomed into China and welcomed with open arms with all kinds of symphonies and plays and entertainment and dining and wining, etc.? I haven't seen that since Richard Nixon. Yeah, I mean, and he was one of the first presidents since the removal of Chiang Kai-shek to go to China. Anyway, I have to say, Donald Trump in his Asian tour has just completely amazed me. And moreover, I don't know if you saw this at the APEC summit, he actually shook hands with Vladimir Putin, which I'm sure everybody and their brother on the left is like, oh, you see, there it is. There's the collusion. There's the collusion. There it is. One handshake equals collusion, for Christ's sake, man. And not to mention, there was no meeting whatsoever. There was not any words exchanged outside of a simple salutation from each leader. But it was caught on camera during the picture of the fraternity of the APEC summit. So with that being said, I saw that all over the mainstream media, and they were trying to insinuate that handshake was probably, had something to do with, I don't know, something nefarious, something Russia-Trump, something. Who knows? Anyway. I mean, I'm just saying, man, Trump, I mean, he kicked ass in Asia. It was a great Asian tour. He was like a rock star, man. Meanwhile, out here in the homeland, he's got his own party trying to backstab him. Scumbag establishment Republicans. They make me sick. They make me sick. And speaking of a little bit more Trump news, I believe it was yesterday that President Trump and his administration released 13,213 more pages of declassified JFK documents. And, I mean, we're finding out all kinds of interesting things out of these JFK documents. I have always alluded to the fact that Martin Luther the King was a very philanderous man and potentially a communist. I've said that a couple of times on this broadcast. Of course, people thought I was being a racist or something to that capacity. But now that the JFK documents have been leaked out thanks to our president, Donald Trump, there are actual documents by the CIA that they knew that Martin Luther King was a goddamn commie, and he was actually in connections and in contact with commies on a global scale. And moreover, it has finally come to light, which I have always said, that Martin Luther, the goddamn king, as righteous as he tried to claim to be as being a preacher, this man utilized the church circuit, all right, the Baptist or whatever church circuit that he was a part of, which comprised of mostly black-affiliated churches. He utilized this church circuit as a means to organize sexual orgies, folks. Yeah. And listen, you people can't deny this anymore, all right? This isn't speculation anymore. This was declassified in the JFK documents. Okay? I mean, I said this in the past. People thought I was racist. People thought I was freaking lunatic. It is documented now. I mean, folks, before the I Have a Dream speech, y'all remember that speech. Y'all have heard it before. I have a dream that my child will be judged by the content of their character and not by the color of their skin. Y'all remember that? Well, that evening previous, Martin Luther the King had organized an orgy and literally romped the sack prior to that damn speech. Huh? Oh, what a holy man. What a holy man. Good God, man. All right? Good God. And aside from him being a philanderer, which we could probably all somewhat palate, he was a communist. He was a goddamn communist, folks. The CIA knew it. It was declassified in the goddamn JFK documents. And are we still supposed to celebrate Martin Luther the King Day now? Knowing that this man may have been doing what he was doing as a subversive means to, cause uprisings, cause civil unrest for the communists? I'm just saying. I'm just saying. A lot of things coming out in this JFK documents, folks. I mean, there is a lot of information to go through here. Slowly but surely, it's all coming out. But one of the juicier parts of the JFK document release was Martin Luther the King finally validating what I've always said, that this man liked, utilizing the church circuit to conduct orgies with, Jesus Christ. Doesn't it all make sense, folks? You take a look at, with all due respect, the black contingent of America now, and with all due respect, I'm not trying to be racist. I'm basing my assumptions on the statistics that are available for everyone to see. I'm talking about the AIDS statistics as it pertains to black folk. There is a humongous, disproportionate amount of AIDS-infected people within the black community. Out here in Texas, folks, in Dallas, they had to put out goddamn billboard signs to try to prevent the spread of AIDS amongst the urban community, because 1 in 4 black men that are homosexual in Dallas have HIV/AIDS, okay? And to be completely honest, and the brothers, don't try to say you don't do this, because I know you do, okay? They're not just going out and screwing a bunch of chicks and getting the AIDS out here. I mean, the Down Low Brothers stuff. Are y'all familiar with the Down Low Brothers? Believe it or not, there is a closed-coded system of hand signals and words in which these black brothers signal to each other to signify that they're down with the Down Low Brother thing. And look, guys that you would least suspect that were homosexual or partook in homosexual sex that are brothers, I mean, the last people you would suspect are probably the ones that are on their knees praying in a sinful capacity. That's all I'm going to say. Do you understand? Or they're bending over, and yeah, you get it, all right? You get it. Anyway, I'm just saying, I mean, it all comes down to, I mean, black folk need to realize that maybe, just maybe, there is a problem within the community about promiscuous sexual activity. Now, how did this come about? Well, once again, folks, I talked about this last show. Barack Obama decided when he came into office that he was going to tell black women, hey, black women, you can have as many damn children as you want. And you can, if the sicker those children are, the more we'll pay you each month. I will pay you a check each month for each child that you have, but you can't be with a baby daddy. So what happens? You got a whole generation of black men, at least one or two generations of black men that have been raised by black women. And folks, with all due respect, a group is defined by its majority. Whenever you encompass black women, what's the first thing that comes to mind whenever you think about black women? A bunch of loud, obnoxious, uncivil banter. Whenever you find a black woman who has been put in her place based on substance, based on facts, based upon being caught red-handed, whatever, what do these black women resort to? They resort to, no, motherfucker, you don't understand. Ah! And if you don't believe me, take a look on YouTube. There are countless instances in which these black women not only get uppity and rowdy and scream and want to get violent, they tear apart businesses that have, do you understand what I'm saying? And this is what black men are looking at when they're looking towards someone as a role model, when they're looking to someone to, how am I supposed to act? How am I supposed to act in a situation? They are looking at their black mothers who are out here, for the most part, acting a goddamn fool. Not only acting a goddamn fool as it relates to them being like, oh, no, girlfriend, oh, no, I'm going to kick your ass, and all this other crap, but acting a fool by bringing in all kinds of different men to go in and lay up with him in the bed while these young men that are being raised by these Skakosauruses are listening. They're listening to their mother getting rammed, probably getting trained, for Christ's sake, because we all know the brothers, thanks to Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg with the Chronic and Doggy Style albums, ever since they put out, it ain't no fun if the homies can't have none. It ain't no fun if the homies can't have none. It ain't no fun if the homies can't have none. You know as well as I, there's like 3 or 4 guys at a time training mom, running a train on mom, while this young black male is listening. And we wonder why black America is being degraded to the degradation point that it's in today. We wonder why. I mean, good God. I mean, we even have Martin Luther King engaging in this type of disgusting, despicable behavior. I mean, before Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg put it into goddamn rap lyrics of, it ain't no fun if the homies can't have none, it ain't no fun. Before they did that, Martin Luther King was doing it. Martin Luther King was partaking in it in the 60s. I mean, give me a break. Damn it. I mean, it makes perfect sense why black folk are in the positions that they're in right now. When you have leaders like Martin Luther King, who is out here organizing orgies before the goddamn I Have a Dream speech. It makes perfect sense. Jesus Christ. Give me the mic. Give me the mic. Look, I didn't mean to get off on that tirade about Martin Luther the King, but by God, somebody needs to say something, man. Somebody needs to tell the truth. The truth. And not be afraid to say it. Good God. I need another drink of beer, for Christ's sake, after that, for Christ's sake, man. I mean, the only reason I went off on that banter is because I want these black people to stop being bamboozled by the most racist goddamn party in American history, and that's the Democratic Party. I mean, by God, don't you understand, black folk? Barack Obama and the Democrats put you in this situation, God damn it! Anyway, I'm sorry, folks. Let me get back. I got production notes here. Let me move on, okay? Let me move on to something else. Let's talk a little bit about WikiLeaks. All right, let's talk a little bit about WikiLeaks. Now, for you folks that are unaware, WikiLeaks released the Vault 8 data dump this week. Now, basically, in this data dump, folks, there's a lot of information about how CIA utilized malware, how they were able to evade the antiviruses, etc., as it pertained to malware being put into PCs, how they utilized the ability to be able to obtain information off PCs that weren't connected online, etc. But one of the juiciest key pieces of information that was dropped in the WikiLeaks Vault 8 data dump was the fact that the CIA is directly connected to Kaspersky Labs out of Moscow. Now, if you folks are unaware, I believe it was Microsoft this past summer that purposely took out Kaspersky Lab antivirus out of their PCs. It may have been another, I may be mistaken. It's either Microsoft, IBM, one of those big companies took Kaspersky Lab antivirus off of their PCs because they were concerned that, what? They're related to the Kremlin? They have connections to the Kremlin? So, as a result, this past summer, you had one of these big computing companies take Kaspersky Lab antivirus out of their computing system, out of their prepackaged computing systems. Obviously, thinking that there was some kind of Russian hacking situation going on. Well, lo and behold, folks, WikiLeaks releases actual digital documented proof that the CIA and Kaspersky Labs were connected in some type of fashion, that they were either collaborating, cooperating, or colluding with this malware situation that has been unearthed by WikiLeaks Vault 8 data dump today or this week. And that raises questions, folks, because if the CIA is colluding, connecting, whatever, doing anything with Kaspersky Labs, which we were told this past summer had connections to the Kremlin, then who in the hell is the CIA working for? Who in the hell is the CIA working for if they are the ones basically doing business with the goddamn Russians? I mean, you couldn't get any more documented evidence, you couldn't get any more digital fingerprint proof that the CIA and Kaspersky Labs were connected in a digital capacity to pass malware to computers worldwide. So why isn't this all over the goddamn mainstream media? Because, folks, just like I had told you last year, I told you in the February of this year, I told you many times throughout this broadcast that Russia and the tentacles of their spy grid have more of a foothold over our current government and Silicon Valley and the media than than Trump could ever even collude, could ever even imagine. I told you that Obama, Hillary Clinton, Chuck Schumer, George W. Bush have more connections to Putin and Russia than Trump could even imagine. And now, what's happening? We're finding out that not only are Russia, Obama, and Hillary Clinton buddies, but there may have been some bribery. There may have been some nefarious business activity related to the Uranium One deal, in which the United States, under the Secretary of State Hillary Clinton, under the presidency of Barack Obama, and under the director of the FBI, Robert Mueller at the time, allowed the sale of 20% of America's uranium to Russia. And lest we forget, folks, the debates in 2012 between Barack Obama and Mitt Romney. Do y'all remember those debates? Do you remember when Mitt Romney suggested that Russia is a national security threat, and Obama tried to scoff it and make Mitt Romney look like an idiot because he suggested that Russia was a national security threat? You remember that? You remember when Barack Obama was like, well, Mitt Romney, I don't know if you know, but the Cold War's over, and we don't need to consider Russia as a national security threat. I mean, I remember that 2012 debate very vividly. I mean, he chastised Mitt Romney for suggesting that Russia was a national security threat, and then what happened? What happened? Right around election time, and I was broadcasting at that time, you can look back in the archive, we were on the brink of a nuclear confrontation with Russia. Do y'all remember that? And every day before the election, I was scared that these morons in the deep state and in the Obama administration and Putin's freaking government apparatus, they were going to stage a nuclear confrontation to delay the goddamn elections. And do y'all remember at that time, Putin was saber-rattling. Putin was talking about, I'm going to have to nuke and nuclear weapons, and we may have to go through a nuclear confrontation, all this crap. And if you remember at that time when I was broadcasting, I was telling everybody who was listening, don't believe it. It's a ruse. It's a lie. I said that Barack Obama and Putin were working together. And I was chastised, remember, when I suggested that Russia is not a nationalist. Putin is not a nationalist. I mean, I hated to hear these alt-right psyop idiots come out and say that, Russia's a nationalist and Putin cares about his country. Hey, if Putin was a nationalist, he wouldn't have been at APEC, yesterday? He wouldn't have been at APEC. He wouldn't acknowledge the World Court. He wouldn't acknowledge the United Nations. He wouldn't acknowledge any of these international institutions if he was truly a nationalist. And what did I tell you back then? I said that Putin was at the bottom of this globalist specter that was trying to shove itself down our throats. And now that we're hearing about all this Russia, Democrat, Russia, Obama, Russia, Clinton, now that we're hearing all this, everything that I said that was actual is now becoming factual. And even you people that were criticizing me have to admit it. Even you all have to admit it.
Ho, ho, ho! You know, many find it hard to believe I own a sleigh that can fly. But you know what I find hard to believe? The unbelievable offers going on at the winter event.
The Mercedes-Benz Winter Event is back with incredible offers on the sporty CLA, the thrilling C-Class, the versatile GLA, the safe and secure GLE, the innovative GLC, and of course, the unequaled E-Class. But hurry, because these sleighs are going fast. Visit MBUSA.com/winter event. Mercedes-Benz, the best or nothing.
And let me tell you, I got the information that I released connecting Runa Capital, the venture capital firm, with Kaspersky Labs and all the other Russian companies that have been funded by Runa Capital, and their connection to Silicon Valley, and their connection to Obama and Hillary Clinton. I told you about this because I was personally contacted, and I'm not just saying this. I was personally contacted by members claiming to be people of the FSB, which is the KGB of Russia, and they gave me this information. And once they gave me the information, I broadcasted it. You could probably look back in the archive, blogtalkradio.com/ghost. I broadcasted this information in February of 2017. And when I did so, people thought it was nuts. People thought it was crazy. You know, because remember, these idiots in the alt-right, which I personally believe is a Operation Mockingbird, COINTELPRO, bunch of CIA black op crap. The alt-right had us believing that, Putin, he's a nationalist. And you remember during 2016, all those social media accounts of the alt-right having pro-Putin crap in their damn profile pictures and pro-Russia crap? I mean, what a psyop that Russia did on you people, man. Seriously. And you know who was very consistent about Russia throughout the whole goddamn time? You're looking at them right here, folks. I told you I don't trust these Ruskies. I know what they're about. They're a disgusting disgrace. This is the same group of people who brought us serfdom. And serfdom, folks, is below slavery. Now, with that being said, when I was contacted by the FSB and they gave me this information about what they deemed, and this is how they put in the documents that they sent me, they sent it to me as Putin's spy network in the United States. That's how they phrased it. And they also said that people within the FSB, people within the internal deep state of Russia, are attempting to try to kill Vladimir Putin. Now, folks, I don't know if you've been keeping up with Russia news because they've been trying to keep this under wraps. But there have been many attacks in Russia in which Putin and many of his loyal inner circle have been targets of assassination. 2 weeks ago, the Moscow airport was bombed, which no one has even heard of. The only reason that you could probably get it on the internet is because a foreign paper like the Indian Times or one of these journalists in the region actually covered it. Last night, all right, in Putin's personal security, in his personal Secret Service building, there was gunmen who happened to have not only exploded a whole entire floor, but tried to shoot up the remaining personnel in this Secret Service building. You can look that up as well. That happened last night. So I'm telling you this right now, Putin is on borrowed time. His own country doesn't even want him in power. And it's not just the FSB agents that contacted me. It's the people of Russia, man. Have you seen all the damn protests against Putin? I mean, Putin has had to have mass arrests of young people. He's had to kill lots of people just to sustain his power. And why do the Russian people want him gone? Aside from him being a goddamn disgusting commie that just doesn't want to leave power, he literally took and stole $160 billion from the Russian, quote, oligarchs that he kicked out and put it right in his bank account. That's what this son of a bitch did. Do you understand that? Yeah. How communist of it. How communist. Yeah, that sounds like a real Russian nationalist, assholes. All right? The guy kicks out the Russian oligarchs that are supposedly keeping down the Ruskies, and then he confiscates their money and puts it in his own bank account. Yeah, that sounds like a nationalist. That sounds like somebody who really cares about his Russian people. Yeah, right. Give me a break. That's why his own internal FSB wants him dead. And I'm telling you, I'm standing by this. There's still maybe 2 months left in the year. I said this at the beginning of the year. I still think it's going to happen. I don't think Vladimir Putin is going to make it to the end of the year. And if he does, he is going to have to escape one spectacular attempt at his life. And he's already escaped many of them. I mean, lest we forget, did y'all see that one assassination attempt that happened last year when his limo driver, his favorite limo driver, miraculously got into a head-on collision with some rogue car that hit him head-on, killing his driver on his way to get Putin? Look up that one. I'm telling you, Putin's country doesn't like it. American idiots, American psyop morons like Putin more than his damn country. It's ridiculous. Anyway, give me my drink. Give me my drink. Anyway, what's next on the production notes here? Let's talk a little bit about Roy Moore, okay? Because it has to be said, man. I mean, what they're doing to Roy Moore is freaking ridiculous. All right? Anybody who's believing that, some 14-year-old and 16-year-old are just miraculously going to come out right as this man is challenging the establishment Republican Party, miraculously after, this man has ran 3, 4, 5 different campaigns within the region of Alabama. I mean, after all these years of being a judge and serving the public, now all of a sudden these allegations are going to come out. And reports are, folks, that one of these women that were claiming that they were initiated sexual contact by Roy Moore when they were 14 or 16, one of these women have been tied to the left. I mean, she is good friends with, one of the women that worked for the Clintons, for Christ's sake. And moreover, there's other reports in which, and this is all alleged, this is all in the rumor mill here, so I'm not standing by this, but there are reports that Washington Post reporters actually contacted a few people willing to give them money saying that they were sexually assaulted by Roy Moore. So this is a concerted effort, if you want my personal opinion, to basically eliminate Roy Moore out of potentially being a senator. And it's not coming mostly from the left, folks. It's coming from the right. Look at all the scumbags on the right that are calling for Roy Moore to step down. I mean, you got Rich McConnell, okay? You've got all these. Mitt Romney is even coming out talking garbage. Mitt Romney is telling Roy Moore to step down. This is a pure establishment smear campaign to try to get someone who's not a part of the establishment eliminated from potentially being part of the establishment. So give me a break. I mean, this is sick, man. I mean, I can't believe this. You all know that it's an establishment hit job on Judge Roy Moore in Alabama. Remember, he's running for a Senate seat. I mean, that's a big deal. If he's elected, he's in the Senate for 6 years before re-election. So the Republicans don't want any more outsiders taking their establishment Republican seats, because the more outsiders that take establishment Republican seats, all of a sudden the Republican becomes a new party. The Republican Party becomes a new party. And these old elders of the Republican Party are trying to do everything within their power to prevent any new blood from coming into the party and potentially changing the party platform, potentially changing the party way. You know what I'm saying? I mean, this is an establishment hit job. That's why the Democrats and the Republicans are working together to try to hit Roy Moore. You know what this reminds me a lot of? It reminds me of a 2012 presidential campaign when a black gentleman who I personally backed up as a candidate for president of the United States by the name of Herman Sugar Cane, my man Herman Sugar Cane, I endorsed this man, and once I endorsed this man, his stock took off. This man was leading the polls in the Republican primary in 2012. Until what? Until what happened? The establishment Republicans found women in some sealed litigation and brought them out into the public, into the woodwork to completely demoralize and basically push out of the race Herman Cain. That's what this Roy Moore thing reminds me of completely, all right? Establishment assholes trying to keep their little good old boy network intact. And I hope the folks of Alabama see right through this, because Roy Moore is not a part of the swamp. This guy is not a part of that Washington, D.C. scumbag crowd. That's why both Democrats and Republicans are trying to keep him out. Did you hear? Just because of these allegations, the Republicans are now cutting his funding. The Republican Party is cutting his funding for advertising campaigns and for other types of campaign work. So they're denying him money because of these allegations. The Republicans are going as far as this. Believe it or not, folks. Believe it or not, the Republicans are going as far as to try to initiate a campaign. That's why they stopped giving Roy Moore's campaign money. The Republicans are going to use the money that would be going to Roy Moore. They are going to campaign in Alabama for folks to write in Luther Strange. Can you believe this? Can you believe this? I mean, this is establishment crap. And the people of Alabama, by God, don't fall for it, man. Do not fall for it. This is an establishment hit scheme. They're trying to assassinate the character of a man that has nothing to do with this disgusting swamp, this disgusting corruption in Washington, D.C. They don't want somebody like Roy Moore coming along and messing up the bell curve for all these bureaucrats who have been in Washington for 20, 30 plus years. I mean, I'm serious, man. I mean, they have cut off the funding for campaigning to Roy Moore's campaign, the Republican Party, and they're going to utilize that money to try to advertise for Alabamans to write in Strange in the ballot. I mean, give me a freaking break, man. This is why, folks, in 2018, we have to be dead serious about being serious about politics. And what we need to do, it's not even a party thing anymore, folks. Democrats, Republicans, it really doesn't matter anymore. What all of us in the electorate must start thinking, we need to change our perceptions of what we need to vote for as politicians. We need to vote for people that have no connection with being an establishment bureaucrat, an establishment Republican, an establishment Democrat. We need to stop electing people who utilize public service as a career. If somebody utilizes public service as a career, that's the last person that you want to vote for. We want to vote for people that have actually had real-world experience. We want to vote for people that have actually had to work, that understand people, that aren't disconnected like Mitch McConnell, that aren't disconnected with America like Paul Silver Spoon and his fat mouth Ryan. We need to elect people that are against this idea of public service being a career. I hate this freaking notion that we have to elect somebody who has, quote, political experience. People, political experience got us in this precarious situation in America. It got us $20 trillion in debt. It got us into wars that put us into ridiculous amounts of debt. It brought us I call it diseducation system that has dumbed down our children. It brought us this, what do you call this college scheme, this college debt scheme in which children are now put into college serfdom in a lifetime of debt that they're going to have to pay for the next 25 years. And meanwhile, while they're supposedly going to get educated, they're being indoctrinated. I mean, did y'all hear, folks? I gabbed earlier this week. Did you hear that Harvard, yeah, oh yes, Harvard University, Harvard was hosting an anal sex workshop. Yeah, $65,000 a year to go to Harvard. And when you send your kid there, what are they learning? Anal sex workshop. And what were they talking about, folks? And look, I don't mean to be vulgar, but this is what they were talking about. Harvard, butt plugs, anal beads, and how to use lubricants. Yeah. I mean, this is what they're teaching, and this is supposed to be an Ivy League college. They're indoctrinating our children into perversion. They're teaching them to be nothing at all. They're teaching our children to be nothing at all. And not only are they teaching our children to be nothing at all, they're putting them in debt to do it. They're putting them into a lifetime of debt to do it. So that's what experienced politicians have brought us. Take a good whiff. Take a good whiff around us, folks. This is what experienced politicians have gotten us. That's why we had to elect a president that wasn't an experienced politician, and because he's in power, this man is changing the game. This man is rearranging Washington, even if they're kicking and screaming, trying to stop him from doing so. This is a man who's putting America first, because he's not some bureaucrat who's utilizing a career in politics to obtain his wealth. Haven't you noticed? Doesn't matter if it's Democrats or Republicans. After a career of politics, miraculously, these people who spent a career in public service end up becoming millionaires. Now, how the hell does that work? Folks, I've said it, and I'm going to say it again. When these politicians retire from public office, when they officially retire from public office, they can go and take all the money that's remaining in their campaign contribution account and transfer it into their own personal bank account tax-free. Tax-free. Do you understand? That's how these assholes get rich. And not to mention, not only do they get that remainder of whatever's in their campaign contribution account and their personal bank account free, but because they have so many connections from all their donors, from all these different walks of life, they miraculously find a cush job for $250,000+ a year, just sitting behind a desk looking important. I mean, if you don't believe me, that's exactly what happened to Anthony Weiner. You know? Anthony Weiner, when he was stepped down from his public office because of his sexual perversions the first time, he got offered a nice cush job at a nice Wall Street firm. Now, how the hell did he get that? Not to mention the apartment that Weiner lived in was like 10 times his salary. Now, how the hell did he get that? That's why our politicians are a bunch of corrupt pieces of crap, folks. We have indoctrinated ourselves as the electorate into believing that these people have to be, experienced to somehow be in government. And as far as I'm concerned, folks, in 2018, we need to vote in the most unexperienced politicians as we possibly can. I mean, at this point, folks, if we elect a bunch of idiots that would be better than these disgusting, diabolical, hair-splitting, lying pieces of psychopathic crap that we have in Washington, D.C. today. Because at least with idiots, we can hold their feet to the fire and put the fear of God in them. You understand? So that's why I'm saying, folks, and hey, somebody just tweeted at me a quote by Harry S. Truman. Harry S. Truman, this quote says, "You can't get rich in politics unless you're a crook." Well, Harry S. Truman should know better. Did you know that after the presidency, this was the same man that ended World War II by dropping the Enola Gay in Japan, forcing to Japan, saying, "All right, look, that's enough. That's a lot of people. We don't want this anymore." After all that, Harry S. Truman went back to some, I don't know, shithole cabin or something in Kansas or wherever the hell he was from and died miserable and broke. That's a true story. Harry S. Truman died miserable and broke. So if anybody knows about that particular quote, it's Harry S. Truman himself. Anyway, let me continue going, folks. I'm just saying, this Roy Moore thing, I hope the people of Alabama see right through this. And I'm a little concerned because I know that the establishment, this is a pure hit piece on Roy Moore, and they are very aware that Alabama recently ousted a governor because of sexual impropriety allegations. And that's why both the Democrats and the Republicans know that this particular hit piece, whether true or not, I don't think it's true whatsoever. But even if it isn't true, it doesn't matter. It hits the minds, it hits the psyche of the Alabamans out there, and it's going to make some people think twice about voting for Roy Moore, even though this man has served his community as a judge for at least 4 or 5 different campaigns. It's ridiculous. It's utterly ridiculous. Anyway, folks, we are now in the third and final hour of the True Capitalist Radio broadcast. And, of course, I am your host, the man they call Ghost, folks. And once again, I want to thank everybody for tuning in with me. Before we get started, I'd like to remind everybody to please spread it around like wildfire and let everybody know that True Capitalist Radio is in effect and in the house, and we are live every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, 6:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. That's Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, 6:30 p.m. Central Standard Time, right here on the official website of the True Capitalist Radio broadcast, and it is blogtalkradio.com/ghost. That's blogtalkradio.com/ghost. And, of course, if you have not done so, please follow me on Gab, folks. The only social media that yours truly actually partakes in. Any other social media claiming to me is a bunch of crap. All right, any other social media claiming to be me is garbage. You can follow me on Gab, folks, and you can get to Gab by typing in your browser gab.ai in your browser. And follow me on that social media under the name Politics Ghost. All one word, no underscores. Politics Ghost is the name to follow. And I am verified on there, boy. So you know who you're following. There ain't no clones. Ain't nobody going to pretend to be me and all this other crap. I'm verified. Anyway, with that being said, let's move on to another subject matter. I know I was talking a little bit about Roy Moore, but I just hope Alabama, I hope they're smarter than a couple of hit pieces. I tell you that right now. This is an establishment hit piece, and it stinks. It utterly stinks. Anyway, I want to talk a little bit about Saudi Arabia, folks. Now, this is going to be a very interesting segment because I'm going to throw a lot of information at you because this is serious cloak and dagger business, what's happening in Saudi Arabia. I'm telling you this right now. As a matter of fact, let me take a swig of beer here. Let me take a swig of beer, and let's talk a little bit about Saudi Arabia. Now, we all know that the Crown Prince Mohammed is having some sort of a concerted effort in trying to, quote, stamp out corruption. Now, let me explain this, folks, and I'm going to throw a lot of information at you, so bear with me because you're about to go into a wild ride into black operations, secret. Just listen to me for a second, okay? Now, for you folks that are unaware, okay, what is happening right now in Saudi Arabia is a purge of the King Salman and his son and all of their inner circle against the old guard of King Abdullah and his faction and his inner circle. Now, for you folks that are unaware, when King Abdullah was in power, he and the Prince Al-Walid, which has recently been arrested, these particular factions of the Saudi royal family were funding Al-Qaeda, were funding the Taliban, were funding madrasas in Indonesia, in Pakistan, in Africa, and elsewhere in the Middle East. They were the ones that were actually funding terrorism. And with all due respect, our CIA was aiding the Saudis in that quest to continue to fund these Wahhabist, Salafist factions in the Middle East. Hence, lest we forget, folks, that Osama bin Laden was a CIA asset. Okay? Hell, the bin Laden family helped build most of Saudi Arabia. If you don't believe me, folks, look up the name Tim Osman, because that was Osama bin Laden's code name in the CIA. Tim Osman. And he was a military asset ever since the Afghan wars against Russia in the early 80s, and continued to be an asset until the whole 9/11 attacks. Now, folks, I don't want to go over the whole 9/11 attacks and, bin Laden's and the families, whatever, but you have to know at this point that the 9/11 attacks were a coordinated effort by factions within our own government, Saudi Arabia, and potentially other institutions on an international scale. I mean, why do you think Rudolph Giuliani refused a $30 million check that Prince Al-Walid was trying to give him in front of everybody, in front of cameras? Do y'all remember that? Rudolph Giuliani refused to take the $30 million check. It was 2 or 3 days after the damn towers had collapsed. He refused to take his check. Why? Because Giuliani knew who the hell the culprits were behind 9/11. And if he were to say it, he'd probably be dead. And if you don't believe me, okay, that it was factions within our government, well then I don't know what to tell you, folks. Because how the hell were airplanes, able to just go and be redirected into buildings with, the air traffic control had monitors on all these planes for about an hour plus. They knew that they had skewed their direct path and went another direction. They called, I don't want to go over the whole ordeal, but folks, y'all remember a golfer by the name of Payne Stewart? If y'all don't remember, he used to wear really goofy, extravagant golf gear. He was a PGA player, Payne Stewart. Well, Payne Stewart was on a private Learjet that lost pressure and literally the cabin ran out of oxygen, and everybody in the cabin passed out and died out of a lack of oxygen. And the plane was just on a track north and was not stopping. And folks, the military scrambled air jets to follow that goddamn jet within 15 minutes of losing contact with the people on that private jet whose air path was skewed unbeknownst to those that were on air traffic control. So you mean, and this happened way before 9/11. This happened in the 90s. So you mean to tell me that they couldn't scramble air jets to intercept these off-course planes that were obviously directed in a direction that was not on their planned course, and they turned off their transponders, even though you could still see them on radar? They turned off their transponders and they were still being monitored on radar. You mean to tell me there couldn't be a jet in place? You want to know why there wasn't a jet to intercept these planes? Because there was a drill simulating the exact same attack by the military on the exact same day. And they diverted most, if not all, of the Air Force assets from the East Coast that could be potentially close enough to intercept those planes. They put them on the East Coast. They put them in Canada. They put them, in these makeshift drills. This is a fact, folks. This is an utter fact. You can look this up for yourself. Now, the only reason I bring this up, folks, is because Saudi Arabia obviously had a major factor in implementing these attacks. I mean, lest we forget, if we believe the narrative of the 9/11 Commission, the attackers were from Saudi Arabia. All of them. All of them were from Saudi Arabia. So, with that being said, okay, we obviously know that the King Abdullah, who was around as the king of Saudi Arabia at the time, Prince Al-Walid, these people were funding terrorism. And they obviously had backing, if not collusion or coordinated support, from factions of our deep state. And I'm talking about George Bush Sr. I'm talking about people that, are old sacred cows. Julian Assange. He talks about the deep state. He's talking about people that were appointed to positions that last longer than administrations, that are lifetime positions. This is the deep state. And as a result, these people coordinated an effort to make it look as though that, 9/11 attacks, bin Laden, so on and so forth. And, of course, what was achieved after that? The perpetual war on terror. No-bid contracts to Halliburton, which was ran by Dick Cheney, the vice president. Do you understand? The war of civilizations that has basically culminated into the destabilization of the Middle East. Anyway, folks, the reason I bring that up is because the new king, Solomon, and his son, who he has named the Crown Prince Mohammed, these two individuals are basically saying, you know what, we're going to try to purge the Islamic Salafist Wahhabist faction out of our family. Now, why are they doing that, folks? Trump. Donald Trump. Now, before I get into why all this is happening, let me get into the timeline of the purge and why the purge took place. Let's go back in time to October 1st, when the Las Vegas shootings happened. Now, folks, I know we've all forgotten about the Las Vegas shootings because there has obviously been other shootings miraculously, and they've given us like 7 or 8 different narratives already. They can't even keep their goddamn story straight. But I'm gonna tell you something. The Las Vegas shooting had nothing to do with some motiveless loner who no one can even culminate what the hell this guy Paddock was. They don't know if he's a damn gambler. They don't know if he's a loner. They don't know if he's a lunatic. They don't know nothing about this guy. I mean, we still don't know a motive. We still don't know a motive. Well, the reason is, folks, is because the whole narrative is a bunch of crap. And the true story is that Prince Al-Walid attempted to assassinate the Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman in Las Vegas. Now, Prince Mohammed bin Salman was there in Las Vegas incognito, dressed as like a regular civilian, having a decent time in Vegas at the time of this shooting. Now, what was happening is that there was going to be an attempt at his life. That's where all this shooting and all this garbage is all about. Now, why do I say this? Well, first and foremost, folks, as the beginning shots started happening, there is footage of Saudi Arabia's Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman in casual disguise being extracted out of the Tropicana Casino in Las Vegas as the shooting began. And I'm about to gab right now. Everybody take a look at my gab right now. Politics Ghost, check out my gab. I'm going to gab out the video that shows the Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman being extracted out of the Tropicana Casino at the beginning, at the absolute beginning of the shooting. Now, I also want to say, because I already gabbed it, that Al-Walid, Prince Al-Walid, the guy who recently got arrested, he owns the top 4 floors of the Mandalay Bay. The top 4 floors of the Mandalay Bay are owned by Prince Al-Walid. They're known as the Four Seasons. That's what the top 4 floors are known as of the Mandalay Bay. It's the Four Seasons. Now, what was attempting to be planned, folks, was Prince Mohammed, the Crown Prince, the guy who's the heir of the throne. He was supposed to be somewhere within the Four Seasons area because, of course, these guys are family, right? Mohammed bin Salman and Al-Walid, I think they're uncle and nephew. So they were planning to assassinate, full-fledged assassinate. Lest we forget, to assassinate a prince, you're going to need a hit squad, and not a lot of people are going to be able to come out. So hence, that's why there were so many stockpiles of guns in Paddock's room, because Paddock's room was basically the meeting point for the gun exchange so that they could take out Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman. Now, with that being said, folks, if you take a look at the footage that I just gabbed right now of Saudi Arabia's Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman, he is the guy in the white shirt in casual disguise being escorted out by people with machine guns and body armor. And I would also like to focus on the fact that one of the people extracting Mohammed bin Salman actually has a gurney. And that proves that this was an extraction operation to get Mohammed bin Salman out of there, whether he's wounded, dead, alive, whatever. Now, with that being said, folks, that's when the Crown Prince knew that, some of his family basically wanted him eliminated. Okay? All right? Now, who would want him eliminated? One person that would want him eliminated is a guy by the name of Marquin bin Abdul. Hold on. I'm sorry about these names, man. Marquin. Let me just fucking. I'm sorry. Here, this guy. All right. Let me just gab this guy. I'm sorry. I can't pronounce these freaking Arab names, man. All right, here. I'm going to gab this guy. This guy right here, Marquin bin Abdullah Aziz. Okay? This guy was once the former crown prince of Arabia during the tenure of King Abdullah. Okay? Now follow me. Are you following me? Marquin bin Abdul Aziz had a son. His son was Mansur bin Marquin. Okay? Now, Abdul Aziz and a guy by the name of Mohammed bin Nayef, as well as Al-Walid, were trying to culminate some kind of a assassination attempt to eliminate the Crown Prince Mohammed, so that once Salman, because they eventually wanted to assassinate King Salman, once Salman is assassinated and his Crown Prince son is dead, then the throne will go to either Marquin bin Abdul Aziz or his son, Mansur bin Marquin. Now, if you're not familiar, there was a crash in Yemen that had on board Mansur bin Marquin, which was, once again, the son of Marquin bin Abdulaziz. Now, that was the first purge of many purgings of the royal family. Now, since the royal family assassinated Mansur bin Marquin to basically tell the former crown prince under King Abdullah, Marquin bin Abdulaziz, that, hey, look, we got you, and, you better calm your ass down. And moreover, let me go ahead and tweet or gab out all the key players that have actually been. Hold on a second.
Ho, ho, ho! You know, many find it hard to believe I own a sleigh that can fly. But you know what I find hard to believe? The unbelievable offers going on at the winter event.
The Mercedes-Benz Winter Event is back with incredible offers on the sporty CLA, the thrilling C-Class, the versatile GLA, the safe and secure GLE, the innovative GLC, and of course, the unequaled E-Class. But hurry, because these sleighs are going fast. Visit MBUSA.com/winter event. Mercedes-Benz, the best or nothing.
All the key players who have actually been apprehended by this anti-corruption task force that has been implemented by Crown Prince Mohammed. Let me go ahead and tweet out a graphic signifying some of the key players that have been apprehended here. Let me go ahead. Check out my Gab. Check out my Gab right now. Here it is. Saudi Arabia's crackdown. Take a look at all those folks right now on my Gab, folks. Look at all these people have been apprehended. All right, and take a look. Bakr bin Laden has been apprehended. The leader of the bin Laden group, worth $7 billion. Walid al-Ibrahim, all right, owner of NBC Media Company, $6 billion. All right, Ibrahim al-Asaf, all right, Minister of Finance, worth $390 million. Salah Abdul Kamal, net worth $2.2 billion, owner of Dala Abarka Group. All right, we've got Adel Faki, Minister of Economy and Planning, worth $470 million. Amir al-Dabag, all right, al-Dabag Group, $1.5 billion. We've got Mohammed bin Nayef, which we were just talking about because Mohammed bin Nayef, believe it or not, was the former crown prince before this past June. On June 21st, Mohammed bin Nayef al-Saad was relieved of all royal positions by decree from the King Salman. And he was replaced as crown prince by King Salman's son, which is now the crown prince that was attempted to be assassinated in Vegas, Crown Prince Mohammed. Now, I know this is a lot to take in. I mean, this is a whole royal family here. But as you can see, I just put up a graphic of all the players that are basically being taken down. And as you can see, it's all the old players that funded all the Salafist movement, all the Wahhabism, all the jihadism all across the world. I mean, look at Al-Walid bin Talal. Al-Walid was worth $17 billion. I mean, this is a major, major purge here, man. So that's why I'm telling you, folks, what happened in Las Vegas is not what they're telling you. It was an attempt at the Crown Prince's life, and it was an attempt at the Crown Prince's life coordinated and directed by Al-Walid. Now, who are the people extracting the Crown Prince out of Vegas? If your guess is as good as mine, I would say either some kind of rescue force, some kind of special forces, something. Because as I stated, that was an extraction. They got him the hell out of there. And folks, if you remember, if you listen to the CB scans of that particular evening, there was actually a gunfight at the airport. Y'all remember that? Look it up. Why was there a gunfight at the airport? Because they were still trying to kill the Crown Prince Mohammed, because they knew if the Crown Prince Mohammed got on a plane and got the hell out of there, that it was their ass. And look at what happened. It is their ass. So some very, very interesting things going on here, and not to mention that King Solomon and his son are not only purging the old Salafist movement and the faction within the family that kind of funded the madrasas, funded Al-Qaeda, funded the Taliban, funded all this extremism, but also King Solomon and his son are trying to let loose of some of the Sharia law that is encompassed within Saudi Arabia. I mean, it was King Solomon and his son that enabled women to drive. I know that's a big deal. I mean, but women now can drive. You couldn't drive prior in Saudi Arabia prior to King Solomon's decree. They're loosening up those fundamental Islamic ideas and laws. And a lot of these guys that funded Al-Qaeda, a lot of these guys that fund the jihadist movement, they're not down with that. They believe in all this Salafist, Wahhabist, tribalist garbage. And that's why they have to be taken out. And they are being taken out. And moreover, by King Solomon and his son taking out these Wahhabist factions out of their family, it also, if you want my personal opinion, puts factions of the deep state, the CIA, and other black operation forces that trained Al-Qaeda, because we all know they trained Al-Qaeda, give me a break, that trained ISIS, that trained these Salafist forces. We're going to actually get some names to these people in interrogation. Because let's be honest, what's going to happen to all these people that are rounded up? They're going to be executed. Why do you think that King Solomon and his son are saying that this is an anti-corruption campaign? Because remember, this is political science. King Solomon and his son have to sell this to the people of Saudi Arabia. The people of Saudi Arabia, they thought these guys were royalty, the guys that got rounded up. They respected these guys. These guys were a part of authority. But now that King Solomon and his son are selling the fact that these guys that are arrested sold out the country, built the country, were corrupt, were going against Islam, etc., they are now building a case of public opinion to execute each and every one of the family that they are rounding up. So this is a big coordinated effort, folks. I'm telling you, politics, it's a bitch. Oh, man, I'm not joking. Now, with that being said, Iran is on the crosshairs of King Solomon and his son. Now, why is Iran Why is Iran on the crosshairs? I'll tell you why. Because Iran is basically trying to muscle in as a superpower within the Middle Eastern region. And now, unfortunately, that we see Saudi Arabia against the ropes because of this purge, you've got Iran trying to make some moves. And not to mention, if you want my opinion, I think Iran was very cool with all the people that were rounded up in this latest purge. I mean, lest we forget, folks, right before the roundup, there was a missile directed at the Royal Palace in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, that was intercepted by a Patriot missile this past week. And that particular missile, according to Saudi Arabia, has Iranian components integrated in the missile. So we're moving that much closer to a potential war, and I'm not saying we, I'm talking about Saudi Arabia and Iran, a potential war with each other. Now, I'm running out of time here, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to make this quick. I would strongly look at what's going to happen in Lebanon in the next week or two. I personally believe that there's going to be a military strike of some time by Saudi Arabia or its allies that could mean the UAE or someone else on Lebanon. Now, I don't want to get into the whole thing about what happened to Lebanon. Folks, Lebanon, the president Hariri, the Hariri and the family of the Hariri family, they're very big in Lebanon, and basically, or Harari, the Harari family, these people are big in Lebanon and are basically the puppets of Saudi Arabia. Now, what happened was there was supposed to be a meeting between President Hariri and Mohammed, the Crown Prince. And then once that happened, the president of Lebanon didn't come back to Lebanon and is basically being held. It's not funny, but he's basically being held in the same place as Al-Walid and everybody else who's being rounded up is being held at right now. And basically the Saudi Arabians forced the president of Lebanon to get on TV and say that he's stepping down as the leader of Lebanon. And what's going to happen is that they're going to probably instill Hariri's brother as the new leader of Lebanon, because the reason why the Saudi Arabians want to reestablish a new leader for Lebanon is because the current leader, Hariri, allowed what was once a mercenary faction of Iran called Hezbollah, okay? Hezbollah, this faction of what is Iran's mercenary group, they have become legitimate within the government of Lebanon thanks to President Hariri. So you actually have Hezbollah party in Lebanese parliament. I mean, Hariri was the guy who legitimized Hezbollah. And folks, Hezbollah is one of the freaking first goddamn organizations back in the early 80s to utilize suicide bombings and things that we've come to know and love about Islamic terrorism. I mean, Hezbollah was the creator, or I wouldn't say the creator because it was actually the Irish when it comes to car bombs and stuff like that, but they were actually the champion of suicide bombings and things of that capacity, and it made it popular within the Arab community to suicide yourself. Hezbollah. Now, with that being said, Hezbollah is not a joke. There is a whole bunch of these Hezbollah fighters that are, I mean, I don't think that you've seen the type of fanaticism of Hezbollah. Hezbollah, folks, let me show you a clip. I mean, that'll probably show you better than I can explain to you about Hezbollah. Because Hezbollah, folks, I'm telling you this right now, it's serious business, and they have a leader, and this leader of theirs, his name is Syed Hassan Nasrallah. Now, Nasrallah is a serious character. Let me go ahead and gab out a speech with Nasrallah at the speaking podium and take a listen to what the hell the people and all those people say and chant. They chant, "We are at your service, O Nasrallah. We are at your service, O Nasrallah." And this is a speech that he gave in Lebanon. Okay? Here, check this out. Let me go ahead and gab out this particular clip of Nasrallah. There it is. If y'all don't see it, it's just the video. That's Nasrallah, the leader of Hezbollah, which muscled his way into political power through terrorism and through other terror tactics. And this is the mercenary group that is funded and basically backed up by Iran. Now, this guy, the leader of Hezbollah, Nasrallah, has promised to fight any invasion by the Saudis wholeheartedly. He's already come out and suggested that they're already ready. And the reason I'm saying that there is going to be some kind of military strike, the Saudis have already called out all their citizens out of Lebanon. The Kuwaitis have already called out all their citizens out of Lebanon. So there's definitely going to be a strike. And the reason there's going to be a strike is because Saudi Arabia is going to strike at Hezbollah targets, probably targeting Nasrallah himself, just so that they can agitate Iran into an actual confrontation of military theater. So, yeah, that's exactly what's going to happen, all right, folks? And I'm sorry to be so long-winded about that stuff, but it had to be said. Anyway, let me get to this last thing, and then that's it. We're going to go on to Radio Graffiti. I want to talk a little bit about Zimbabwe news. Yeah, Zimbabwe. Are you familiar about this social justice warrior bimbo? This 25-year-old slut out of she's probably not a slut. I mean, who knows? I don't know. Why else would you go to Zimbabwe as a 25-year-old from Martinsville, New Jersey? I don't know. Well, anyway, this broad, 25 years old out of Martinsville, New Jersey, she graduated out of, get this, the University of Gatlin School of Individualized Studies. Are you kidding me? I mean, is that even a real freaking school or something? Anyway, the reason I'm bringing up this broad, her name is Martha O'Donovan, is because she works for, the Magamba Network, which is a satirical and comedy media outlet. I mean, you can't make this stuff up. Anyway, she's facing 20 years in prison for tweeting about the president of Zimbabwe, Mugabe, saying that he's, quote, selfish and sick, and tweeted out a picture of Mugabe looking as if he's wearing a catheter. Okay? And right after that tweet was given, Mugabe's people, all right, Mugabe's people went in and freaking just arrested this broad, put her in jail, and you know the charges that they're throwing against her? They're throwing against her that she tried to overthrow the government with that tweet. And you know, the people that are prosecuting the case, against this woman are utilizing the Egyptian revolution as justification for a tweet potentially causing upheaval. I mean, whoa! Hey, do y'all remember when I was broadcasting during the goddamn Egyptian revolution? I was the only media outlet not circle jerking over it. I said it was a bad thing, and I said it was caused by a Google executive over Twitter. It was an asshole by the name of Wael Ghanem, and for you folks that have been listening to me for a long time, you know exactly what I'm talking about. All right? Wael Ghanem, with Twitter, organized the Tahrir Square protests. And the Tahrir Square protests went from protest to to actually engaging with the police. And then when the police actually started beating the crap out of the people, it gave the imagery of like, oh, poor people, they're getting beat by police and that's when the revolution started. That's when the military took over, and it was a bunch of crap. And what ended up happening after Wael Ghanem overthrew Mubarak? What the hell did they put in after that? The Muslim Brotherhood! That's what that Google executive, by inspiring that freaking Tahrir Square protest, that's what he did. He allowed the Muslim Brotherhood to take power in Egypt and elect Mohammed Morsi. And luckily, the general of the military, General Sisi, now President Sisi, realized that he, as a general, could not take orders from these freaks. So he overthrew the Morsi and Islamic Brotherhood government and reestablished the government, and that's exactly what we have here in Egypt. Anyway, back to Zimbabwe. That's what they were using as a means of justifying throwing this broad in jail for 20 years over a tweet. And all I'm saying is, hey, broad, what are you doing over there? You stupid, ungrateful broad. I mean, you see, are we supposed? Why do we feel sorry for this? I mean, this should show all you social justice warriors. This should show all you liberals. This should show all you Democrats. You just can't go to any country and say what you want to say. You ungrateful pricks are lucky you're in America. You're lucky you're in America and act like an incompetent, ridiculous, uneducated political twat. You people are lucky. You're lucky. Anyway, and the last Zimbabwe news, did y'all hear that the Zimbabwe vice president is in exile? And you want to know why he's in exile? You can't make this up. This 93-year-old President Mugabe, this stupid old piece of trash, okay? And I can say that because I'm in America. I'm not in Zimbabwe like this stupid, dumb idiot Martha O'Donovan and think I can just say anything I want. But this idiot Mugabe exiled his vice president because I think he's going to put his freaking wife to succeed him. His wife! And folks, do you know who his wife is by any chance? His wife, first of all, is 40 years his junior, okay? 40 years younger than he. Once she was Mugabe's secretary. Oh, gee, you couldn't get any more stereotypical than that. She was once his secretary, now she's his wife, and she's known as Gucci Grace. I'm not joking. Gucci Grace. Gucci Grace. Man, you can't make this stuff up. No wonder Africa's a piece of crap, for Christ's sake. You know what? I'm done with this stuff. I'm done. Let's just go ahead and get to Radio Graffiti. Gucci Grace. Gucci Grace. Jesus Christ. Anyway, folks, it's about time for everybody's favorite part of the broadcast, and I'm talking about Radio Graffiti. That's right, folks. Radio Graffiti, the part of the broadcast where the spectators become a part of the spectacle. All you got to do is give me a call right now at 516-453-9903. And when I call on your area code, you've got exactly 3 to 4 seconds to say whatever it is that's on your mind. That's why we call this Radio Graffiti. All right? And, hey, engineer, we got any goddamn Radio Graffiti calls by any chance? All right. Well, let's go ahead and get to some Radio Graffiti calls. And, hey, before I do, I want to remind everybody we got Radio Graffiti swag. Radio Graffiti swag for a limited time only, baby. So let me go ahead and gab that. Check it out. Check out my gab. Look in my gab. Check out my gab. Radio Graffiti swag. Check that out, baby. Limited time. If you appreciate Radio Graffiti, extend the memory by getting yourself some swag, baby. Anyway, on that note, let's go ahead and get to some Radio Graffiti calls right now. All right, who do we got here? We got 971 Radio Graffiti.
Hey, Ghost, what's up? It's Squirrel Hound. Anyways,
hey, what's up, man? How you doing?
I do want to say that Joseph McCartney is right. There's too many fucking communists running around in fucking colleges and shit. You know?
Hey, you're not going to hear any damn negativity about that. I'm telling you, I know for a fact that not only are commies all over campus based on students, there are nothing but commies in the goddamn faculty. And we need to cut their funding, and we need to cut it quick. Thank you for calling, man. I appreciate it. 802 Radio Graffiti. Oh, Jesus, we can't understand you, man. Come on, man. Turn it up. Good God. Who else do we have here? How about 423 Radio Graffiti? All right, we're gonna have a prayer right now. All right, here we go. Bow your heads. God, if you're listening, and I pray to God, may you smite thee down with the strength of brimstone. May you smite thee down with the flames of fire. May you smite thee down into the pit of hell. May you smite thee. May you smite thee. Allah Akbar. You know what? Shut up, you stupid moron. Man, stop trying to make splices of me like I'm some kind of a goddamn Allah snack bar terrorist, you son of a bitch. Telling you, man, you people with these splices, it never ends. It's never going to freaking end, man. It's never going to end. I got to take more beer. You know what? Give me my mic. Give me the mic. Give me the goddamn mic. You know what I need? You know what I need? More beer on this Baller Friday, man. Give me some more beer. He's damn right. Give me some goddamn more beer there, boy. Jesus Christ. Some German beers, too. Damn right. Jesus Christ, man. People trying to ruin my Bowler Friday out here. You people are ungrateful, man. I could be out doing anything right now. Instead, I'm doing this broadcast. You should have a little bit of appreciation. 469 Radio Graffiti.
Keep it coming, Daddy. Good God, that's going too. Fuck my penis.
Yes, all right. Well, you're the expert.
Look, assholes. I mean, what's wrong with you sick perverts, man? Seriously. I mean, in what freaking consciousness, in what perception, in what brain does this... Is this funny? I don't know. 352 Radio Graffiti. I'm Paul.
Don't be so sad, old man. We got a thing that will solve your boldest problem. Who said that only the world donates things to Africa and Africa cannot donate things to the world? We're presenting you a Daft wig. It's a high-quality wig made from the best natural material, pubic hair of the healthiest man from Zimbabwe.
Oh, yeah. I want me some of that.
Crown your bald head with this nice curly hair that we're giving you for free.
What?
That's right. Don't miss a limited offer and get yourself a Daft wig absolutely for free.
Woo!
Call right now, 563-999-3791 and get yourself a free Daft wig, 563-999-3791. Call now. With love from Africa.
You son of a bitch, you damn African booty scratcher! God damn it! Goddamn African booty scratcher! I freaking hate that guy! hate that guy, man. And enough of the bull jokes. Enough of the goddamn bull jokes, goddammit. Goddamn African booty scratcher. Enough of you too, you piece of crap. Give me the mic. Seriously, man. Enough of you. I've had enough of you. Jesus Christ. Who else do we... this is supposed to be a Baller Friday, man. 412 Radio Graffiti.
I am going to fire Szechuan sauce from my ass. Go ahead, take a swig of this. Good stuff.
You son of a... Big asshole! You know what? I knew we were going to have some Rick and Morty car do some crap like that, man. I bet you idiots are tickling your ass crack right now waiting for the next batch of Szechuan sauce. You stupid, dumb man children. Oh, Jesus. Give me the freaking mic. You freaking mic, for heaven's sake, man. 574 Radio Graffiti.
Hello, Ghost. I heard that you are old. By the way, I contact the funeral home near San Antonio. Contact the old man for me.
Man, I can't even understand you, you taint-tonguing tard. Jesus Christ. 618 Radio Graffiti.
Hey, Ghost, what's up? Fish.
What's up, man?
Hey, I just want to say happy Baller Friday. Shout out to you, the Inner Circle, and happy birthday to Green Leader, man, our fucking resident knowledge tank. Happy birthday, brother.
Hey, man, thank you very much. And, yeah, hey, it's Green Leader's birthday. Happy birthday to you. And what's up to the Inner Circle, man? How you doing? Let's go on. How about 469 Radio Graffiti?
Hi, I'm Chair of the Subway Guy, and this is my story. Young guy eats too much junk food and gains a lot of weight. Guy changes his life by eating at Subway twice a day and walking a lot. Guy loses over 200 pounds and keeps weight off for 17 years. Guy now has 2 kids.
You know what? Shut up, you Lena Dunham-licking, Fenneman penis-loving prick. 909 Radio Graffiti.
Hey, Ghost.
What's up?
I'm sorry, I'm pretty a little shy. I really love your show. I've been listening to it ever since 2010. After I learned these, I'm kind of learning a little bit capitalistic. And I actually don't want to attend college because due to this dumbass fucking Antifa shit. And
I don't blame you, but you better get a damn job, boy. Don't be living with Mammy. 647 Radio Graffiti. We've got both now. Goddamn African! Food rancher! Food rancher! Food rancher! Food rancher! Hey, that guy! Hey, that guy! Hey, that guy! Food rancher! Man, I just freaking said that! I just freaking said that! Goddamn Insta-splicers! I just freaking said that!
Ho, ho, ho! You know, many find it hard to believe I own a sleigh that can fly. But you know what I find hard to believe? The unbelievable offers going on at the winter event.
The Mercedes-Benz Winter Event is back with incredible offers on the sporty CLA, the thrilling C-Class, the versatile GLA, the safe and secure GLE, the innovative GLC, and of course, the unequaled E-Class. But hurry, because these sleighs are going fast. Visit MBUSA.com/winter event. Mercedes-Benz, the best or nothing.
Ho, ho, ho! You know, many find it hard to believe I own a sleigh that can fly. But you know what I find hard to believe? The unbelievable offers going on at the winter event.
The Mercedes-Benz Winter Event is back with incredible offers on the sporty CLA, the thrilling C-Class, the versatile GLA, the safe and secure GLE, the innovative GLC, and of course, the unequaled E-Class. But hurry, because these sleighs are going fast. Visit MBUSA.com/winter event. Mercedes-Benz, the best or nothing.
Good God! Graffiti!
This is Sparta, Radio Graffiti.
I am going to get my freaking gun out of here, for Christ's sake. Hey, asshole, are you insinuating that I did the Vegas shootings, you piece of crap? That's not funny! That's not funny, you piece of crap! That's not funny at all! How dare you! Man, you sick, macabre assholes, man! Give me the freaking goddamn mic! Don't you even dare, man. It's too soon for that, you piece of garbage. Anonymous Radio Goddamn Graffiti.
Kevin Spacey. How's it going? Ghost. We got 6 kids in the next room, and they will do anything you ask. I want me some of that. Shut up. Shove a pickle ghost up your ass. You think you're hot shit?
Oh, you son of a bitch! You sick son of a bitch, you terrorist! How dare you! How dare you! How dare you idiots make fun of child pornography, you sick, twisted pricks! I hope somebody finds you and kicks your ass! Anybody who makes light of pedophilia, anybody who is pro-pedophilia, deserves to be killed. Pedophiles deserve to be killed. Give me the mic. Give me the goddamn mic. You understand that, boy? Freaking Woody Allen butt-loving pedophiles. Anonymous Radio Graffiti. Now, you're taking too long, you stupid moron. How about, Jesus, another Anonymous, Radio Graffiti. What is this, nothing but Helen Keller deaf mutes? Helen Keller deaf mutes? Helen Keller deaf mutes? Stop playing butt darts and say something. 352 Radio Graffiti.
Good morning, Vietnam!
Radio Graffiti. Let me get my freaking gun. Let me get my freaking gun out here, for Christ's sake. I'm not going to let you win. I'm not letting you goddamn win. I'm telling you this right now. I'm not taking it out alive. Left wig in Hanoi. Don't talk about Viet fucking now. Left wigs at Saigon Strip Club. Shit. Oh, you want to continue on, right? You want to sit over here. You want to continue to talk about it, yap about it like you were there, for Christ's sake. Like you were in the rice paddies seeing Charlie. Good God. Who else do we have here? We got Butthurt Patty Ghost. Lost hair in rice paddies. Why aren't you all just shut up? Don't you dare talk about him. Shut her. Shut that bitch horse Twilly Atkins up. Shut her up. Shut her up. Shut that stupid bitch horse up. Shut her up. I don't know how many times I gotta tell you people I don't want to talk about Viet fucking now. Give me the damn mic. I don't want to talk about it. 915 Radio Goddamn Graffiti.
Ram it in my ass. Ram it in my fucking ass. Ram it in my ass. Ram it in my fucking asshole. Ram it in. Ram it in. Ram it in my fucking asshole. Fuck yeah. Ram it in my ass. Inspector faggot. Ram it in my ass. Fuck yeah. Ram it in my ass. Inspector faggot. Ram it in my ass. Ram it in my ass. Inspector faggot. Ram it in my ass. Fuck yeah. Ram it in my ass.
All right, you know what? You sound like an anal object aficionado, all right, buddy? Why don't you calm your ass down and, shut your ass, literally, all right, boy? 808 Radio Graffiti.
Hey, Ross, Kenny Capos here, man.
What up, man?
Oh, nothing much. Just recently got myself a freaking spa over here. I actually got a question for you, though.
What up, man?
Are you bald because of all those years you're wearing yarmulkes?
No, shut up. I'm not bald, you stupid moron, and I don't wear yarmulkes. I use yarmulkes for coffee filters. Everybody knows that. 469 Radio Graffiti. Shut up, you stupid, dumb, freaking pecker shaft fetish-loving idiot. 507 Radio Graffiti.
I'm so sorry for calling you a skinhead the other day. I did not know the truth. In fact, I should have been more sympathetic.
Yeah, you know what? Shut up. You sound like a Jehudi jawboning piece of glory hole serving trash. All right? You sound like a fruit bowl. Give me a damn break. Anonymous Radio Graffiti. Oh, shit. Oh, Christ. Oh, Christ, no.
No. The lolly is perfect fuel for killing tiny cowards. I'm coming for you. You are dead.
What the? You shut that crap. What the hell was that? You fart fragrant expert idiot. What the hell was that? We're not ending it on that, for Christ's sake. Anonymous Radio Graffiti.
Just when you think that the world's gone wrong, you're not feeling strong. Shout what you feel inside.
Hey, broad, what is this? This isn't American Idol, you stupid skank, all right? This is Radio Graffiti. Go make somebody a sandwich. Jesus Christ. Anonymous Radio Graffiti. Now, you're taking too long, you stupid idiot. How about 973 Radio Graffiti?
I live in the land of cotton. I was born in...
All right, shut up. I can already tell that's a racist piece of crap. You know what? One more. 619 Radio Graffiti.
Hey, Ghost, this is Asher, and I'm pretty disappointed that you don't like Rick and Morty. Mr. Music, it's me, Mr. Music!
Oh, you son of a bitch asshole! You asshole! No!